Hello there, Wargamers, and welcome to today's Age of Sigmar Battle Report. Luca and Phil here from MiniWarGaming.com, bringing you some new Maggotkin of Nurgle against the Fyreslayers.
I'm going to interrupt your game for just a moment to show you this amazing miniature from Ravaged Star Armies of the Veil Touched. This is a campaign that we are launching in the new year. This and many more unique sculpts will be part of this campaign. Follow the link in the description to see more details and to see how you can get a free Lord Tyrek for yourself. It'll be part of your pledge if you follow the pre-campaign page before we launch. Now let's get you back to the battle report that you're watching.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Age of Sigmar Battle Report.
For this game, I will be attempting an all-demon force of Maggotkin, which is a kind of against the grain for myself. I'm going to be running a Warlord Core Battalion, as well as a Hunter of the Heartland. It's my usual go-to. We will, of course, be playing the Befouling Host, which is the demonic Plague Legion, which will allow me to take an extra Gnarlmaw in this game. Leading the force will be a Great Unclean One at its new and improved point cost of 495 with the command trait Nurgling Infestation. He's got a lot of Nurglings around him. Helps him out in combat. -1 to hit, typically, in a lot of cases. He will also be bringing around the Tome of 1,000 Poxes as his demonic boon, his artifact. I'll go into greater detail about what these do in the game. If you are curious, do not worry. Now, for his spells, we're going to know Fleshy Abundance from the lore of Virulence. Then co-leading in the Warlord, we have a Sloppity Bile Piper and a Spoil Pox Scrivener, as well as Nurglings for the troop choice there. And for the Magnificence, we'll take an extra artifact giving the, we'll say the Spoil Pox Scrivener. The guy who writes things down will have the Arcane Tome, and he'll know favorite poxes from the lore of Virulence. It makes him a wizard, and he can take some fancy spell casting. Very good artifact, if anyone is curious. And because we play the Befouling Host, we will run Horticulous Slimux, because there is a little bit of synergy with his cultivating capabilities. And for the rest of the list, it's pretty basic. 1 unit of Nurglings to help spread the contagion of Nurgle. 2 units of Reinforced Beasts of Nurgle, because they are battle line with the Befouling Host, as well as a double reinforced unit of Plague Bearers. We're trying 30 strong. We're trying a very tight list of Nurgle here. I don't know if I love it, but it is what it is. And I had a few points left over, so we are going to run the Flaming Skull. And I should say I'm going to run Prize Sorcery as my grand strategy. Great Unclean is pretty thick, should work out there. And my Triumph is going to be Inspired if it comes up. And that is it for Nurgle. Let's go take a look at the Dwarves.
And today I will be taking the Fyreslayers. I'll be running them with the Lodge of Hermdar. Hermdar, I believe that's how it's spelled. We have the grand strategy of Hold the Line and the Triumph of Indomitable. My red-bearded brethren over here will be running 2 Warlords Core Battalions and 1 Hunters of the Heartland Core Battalion. I have an Auric Runefather on Magmadroth. He will have the command trait of Warrior Indomitable and will have the artifact of Amulet of Destiny. And his Magmadroth trait, because they have so many different things, is Coal Heart Ancient. Along with him in his Warlord detachment there will be an Auric Runesun with Ancestral War Axe and a Battlesmith with the Tyrant Slayer, which is the one that has to come from the Hermdar, the Lodge. I will also be running a second Warlord detachment there with the Auric Runesmiter on Magmadroth. He will have the Runic Iron and will also have the Salamander Cloak as his artifact. His Universal Prayer Scripture of Heal will be the prayer that he will have as a priest. Along with him there, we have an Auric Runesmiter on foot, also with the Runic Iron, and his prayer will be the Searing Heat. And another Battlesmith basic boy there will be going along with them as well. We have in those 2, I should also say in those 2 Warlord detachments, one will have the 10-man Volkite Berserker squad with hand axes and sling shields, and the other one will have a 10-man Auric Hearthguard squad. I then have my Hunters of the Heartlands detachment, which will consist of 2 10-man Hearthguard Berserkers with broad axes with them that they're going to be armed with. I also had some extra points, so I will be taking the Runic Firewall, which is one of my invocations. And last but not least, I will also be including a Magmic Battle Forge, just to throw in some very fun thematic scenery.
And with that, let's go take a look at the battle plan that we'll be playing together, and then of course, we'll get the dice rolling and get this game going. Now today, Phil and I play the Vice. This is from the General's Handbook 2021, one of my favorite battle plans. This one, we have 4 objectives, and I will note they are all prime. None will be removed on the 3rd battle round, which it wouldn't make sense for this scenario if they could be anyways. Now we have all 4 objectives starting the game at the 4 corners of the battlefield, and they will slowly make their way towards the center, as follows. All 4 on the edges at the start of the game, battle round 1, and then at the start of the 2nd battle round, before you know who goes first, you will move all 4 objectives towards the center, and then they will be placed in the center of every 4 table quarter. And then at the start of the 4th battle round, so they stay there for the 3rd one, you will remove all of the objectives and then place one directly in the middle. And you do that before you know who goes first. The way scoring works is the pretty basic format. You'll score a victory point if you control 1 objective. You'll score another victory point if you have 2 objectives, and then a 3rd victory point if you have more than your opponent, on top of achieving your battle tactic every turn for 2 points, and then your grand strategy at the end of the game. This is also a hammer and anvil style deployment where we will have our territories covering exactly half of the table along the short edge, and then we will be deploying 12 inches away from the opponent's territory, so we'll have more flexibility on our terrain features in this mission. Now, Phil and I are going to go ahead and pick attacker defender, and we'll get this game going. Wanted to give a closer look at the table before Phil and I roll off for attacker and defender. A few thank yous to these terrain companies for providing what we have here. The mat here is from Urban Mat. Printable Scenery did the dwarven statues, and then we have Green Leaf Terrain, and then more for the rocks here from GameMat.eu, and they also do these like little rocks here, which I'm convinced some of these are just like straight up rocks that are shaved, but some of them are cast as well. There's a couple here that are suspiciously very like that. This seems very rock-like, but it's not. But these are from GameMat if you want like just like little rock scatter as well. You can go pick them up. And I want to remind our Silver Vault members that there are a lot of discount codes in the Vault section of the website to terrain companies, model companies, hobby supplies, you name it, it's in there. Well over 40 companies now. Then if you, like I said, if you're a Silver Vault member or if you're an aspiring Silver Vault member, you can save yourself a pretty penny before you go and up your terrain game. Or heck, if you just go buy a big surplus of stuff. Go over there first. You might save yourself a good pretty penny. Now, Phil and I are going to go ahead and roll off, pick ourselves attacker defender. Someone will be deploying over here, and someone will be deploying over here. And the dice will dictate that. I got a 3. I got a 1. All right. Well, I'm going to pick. Do I want to be? You know what? I want to be approaching the dwarven mine, or like whatever that is. That's important. We're corrupting from here over to there. So I'll be deploying over here first. And here we are, all deployed. So I started deploying over here because I'm playing the Befouling Host. I actually get 2 normals. Bloop, bloop, one over there. They're in my territory more than 7 inches away from each other and more than 3 inches away from all objectives and terrain features. And they will be giving me corruption points. Plus I have Horticulus over here, and I deployed them in a way where you can just grow one about here. And then that'll give me even more corruption points. So I have my Great Unclean One. I have my Spoilpox, my Sloppity Bile Piper, the Plague Bearers, and then Beasts of Nurgles on the flanks to get the objectives right away. And then for the Fyreslayer side, we have our Rune Smiter on Magmadroth. We have Hearthguard Berserkers. We have more Hearthguard Berserkers. Our Auric Hearthguard with the Rune Smiter are tunneling underneath. They're going to pop up from a dwarven hole somewhere on this battlefield in some turn of the game. And then we have our Volkite Berserkers with the Rune Father on Magmadroth on the far flank.
Don't forget the 2 Battlesmiths and then the Rune Sun.
Right in the middle near the furnace, which is deployed right there. Again, our territories cover like half of the table. We are 24 inches apart here. I did finish deploying first because I had fewer drops than the Fyreslayers, and I'll dictate who goes first. But before I do that, I have to roll on the Cycle of Corruption to see where the Cycle of Corruption starts for the Nurgle side. It's new and improved and pretty good. Let's see what we get. I got a 5. Starting with Nauseous Revulsion. That would have been better on like turn 3, but I have no control over this. Okay, well that is the Cycle of Corruption figured out. Now, power to me who gets to go first. It's probably going to be the Fyreslayers.
Okay.
because I don't really know what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at my army and what I'm thinking I want to do with it, and I think going first is probably not great for me, which is why you want to choose it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So it's gonna be.
I know how this works.
It's gonna be Fyreslayers turn 1. We all control the objectives in the 4 quarters right now, and we're gonna get this game going. So because the Fyreslayers are going first, they'll gain 2 command points. I'll gain 3. It's normally 1, 2, but both of our generals are alive. There's no way to actually kill them right now. Okay, what's up?
All right, so I'm going to be choosing the Rune of Relentless Zeal to start off there. There's my Urgold runes that I can activate. So I can activate 1 per turn at the beginning of the turn, and then I have to roll a d6. On a 1 through 5, I will get 1 particular thing, and if I get a 6, I get the enhanced version of it. With the fiddle first, woo!
Woo!
That does mean that I get the advanced one, which means that I get plus 2 inches to my movement and plus 2 inches to my charge.
Are you going to be charging?
Maybe, we'll see. And for my battle tactic, I'm going to be doing Relentless Advance. Ferocious Advance.
Ferocious
There was
Advance.
Relentless Zeal, Ferocious Advance. I got it, don't worry, my brain's okay. So I am going to choose these 2 squads here, as well as, honestly, any of the characters.
It doesn't really matter.
We'll say the Battlesmith there.
That Battlesmith there.
Good.
They're all going to be running, and they're going to be triangulating for 2 victory points.
Yes. And I'm going to attempt heroic leadership with this Battlesmith over here. Nope, on a 1, he does not get it.
Nope, not quite as inspiring. I'll do the same on my Great Unclean one. We're going to call him Blog. Or Plus. Nope.
So then my Battlesmiths in the hero phase are going to raise their icon there. I'm probably always going to do that, but I may forget. But assume I'm doing it unless I specifically say otherwise.
Correct.
So it basically helps them, but they can't fall back. So at this point, I'm not falling back from anything, so I don't have to worry about that.
Right, and there's no point in really throwing out the prayers, the reroll, hit roll, or heal on this
There's
guy.
nothing he can really do over there. I don't want to risk rolling that 1 and hurting myself.
Correct.
So it doesn't really help.
And I can't remember what we said for his war gear on the army showcase, but he's got the key there for the extra range on the prayers. We may have said runic iron, but this guy's modeled with the key.
So he's got the key, and then the other rune smiter that's on foot, that's currently underground, he's going to have the iron.
Exactly. And then that should conclude the hero phase. We're going to go on a movement where the dwarves move fast.
Now I'm going into the movement phase. I'm going to run with these dude bros over here. So I'm going to roll for the run.
The Hearthguard Berserkers will go
5. I'll take that.
and they had the zeal pop.
So the zeal, so it's going to be plus 2 inches. So that's going to be 11 inches these little guys are running.
Ooh. So being aggressive and going right forward with them. And ending there, and that's one of the ferocious advanced units. Who's next?
We'll go with the other ferocious advanced unit over here. He is unsurprisingly going to run.
6 plus. 2, 2, 4.
4.
You can go up to 10. He'll tuck in there, and then we have the other Hearthguard Berserkers.
They're also going to unsurprisingly run.
Running! Actually, okay, everyone's going fast. That's an extra 4. So this is where all 3 units are going to show up. That is Ferocious Advance Accomplish, all the Hearthguard Berserkers and the Battlesmith. Now, the rest of the stuff going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, everything's going to be running. I want to be up the board.
Yeah,
so.
we're going to show you where it all ends up. And voila, the Maggotkin move forward to where the objectives are going to generally end up. And then we move forward the Volkite, the Hearthguard, and all of that. And that is, that's actually probably turn.
The reason I kept back, just to point out, the reason I kept back my Maggotkin guys is I'm not as much afraid of them not getting in action. They're pretty fast. They can move up, but I'm also holding them back to keep your Nurglings from being able to just jump onto an objective turn 1 and throw me off there.
Exactly, yeah. So trying to force the Nurglings to stay either more in the middle here, near like the weird crevices of the rocks, or
back on your end if you need to.
Like, or somewhere like around, like have to be like around here or something. We are playing on the minimum size board, of course. Like this, starting here is out of play.
Yeah, so we just said that these pieces basically are terrain.
Yeah.
The big rocks are not.
Correct. And that is it for movement. No shooting because everything advanced or ran, and no charging. So I think that's turn.
Yeah.
No battle shocks. So.
Yeah, we're good.
You got your 2 victory points
I'll take it.
And you hold 1 objective for 1 point, and you hold 2 objectives for 2 points, but not more than me because I also have 2.
Yes.
And then that will be 4 victory points for the Fyreslayers. And at the end of the movement phase come reinforcements from underground.
Yep.
These are Auric Hearthguard with the Rune Smiter.
coming up. They're just coming up from the magmic tunneling, which is where they were in reserves back over there.
Now, we know that they're not going to do a lot of damage to the Great Unclean One, but we're going to start plinking away damage, forcing him to use heroic recovery and things like that.
Yeah. And there's also luck. You never know. I could get lucky.
That's true. And there's also, more or less, it might slow him down, too.
Yeah, that's also important, keeping him from getting up the board. So.
Exactly. All right, so that brings us to shooting phase, which is them.
Oh, boy.
So are they all into him?
Yeah, everything is going to be into them.
All right, here we go. Ooh, so the intent here is to get within 3 of the tree, which will cause infectious disease, but also prevents me from getting a contagion point in my hero phase.
And it also means I'm in your deployment, in your territory, which keeps you another one down.
Exactly, that's true. You just denied me 2 contagion points.
I'm doing what I can.
But they're infected now.
They are infected.
These little yellow dice are going to represent infections on units. This is the disease trait from the Nurgle Allegiance ability. I'm
going to spend 1 CP or a command point on all-out attack, giving them +1 to hit. So we're going to have 20 shots with their magma pikes into your big old boy over there.
I can't remember his name. Something like
that sounds good. It's basically the sound that you make when you choke on like a glass of milk.
That's him. You got it.
That's his name.
Yeah, you got it perfect and everything with the accent. I will all-out defense in response.
All right. Sounds.
You'll go down to 1. I'll go down to 2. These are 3s to hit my monster.
Here we go.
And
not bad.
Not bad.
And then 3s to wound with them as well. Not as great.
All right. So he puts up his big blubbery arm as his pikes of molten lava.
Yes.
Come spewing out at him, and he'll have a 4-up save against this rend 1.
So it's going to be 9 4-up saves.
9 4+ saves. I'm going to roll 5 of them. Okay, so I get a little bit above average. Now, they have a unique damage increase against monsters because they want to try and light monsters up. So these are 2 damage each.
Yes.
But we have Disgusting Resilience, which is a 5-up ward. And then he has a rule on 6s to bounce mortal wounds diseases back, but I think it's only within 3. I'm going to double check that. But otherwise, we're looking at 6 damage. Bloated with corruption, I have to pick an enemy unit within 3 inches to take disease points. In this case, no one. So we're going to take 6 damage. He'll go down to 12, and then there's an additional effect on monsters.
Yes.
And what is that?
The additional effect on monsters is I roll a d6, and on a 4+, his movements will be halved until my next command phase. And then, or hero phase, sorry, to my next hero phase. And he also will be -1 to hit for the rest of that turn. So.
As the lava cools and hardens and slows him down.
Makes him, covers him in rock. So here we go, on a 4+.
Oh,
yeah, he's going to be moving slow. That's the main reason of why I did this. That was really what I was thinking. I knew it would be.
Now.
Yes, he's going to be movement 2. So he's not going very far, and I don't even think he can get in even anything. He's not going to get in charge range. So I kept him back for at least another turn, which was why I was thinking about doing this. And he's really what they're going for. So
I like it. They're starting to work towards it. Down to 12, moves 2. Not bad. I like it. I like the philosophy there. And with that, we'll conclude the Fyreslayer turn because there's no charging unless you want to charge with them.
No,
actually,
I don't
they're pretty
think
far
they can.
away.
Yeah.
So at the end of the charge phase, they do check to see if they're near a Nurgle unit. They get infected further. This goes up to 2.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing within 3. And then we go to the Battle Shock phase. Start of the Battle Shock phase, the corruption or the disease might do some damage to them. They suffer 1 mortal. That wasn't 5. They suffer 1 mortal wound on the Orc Hearthguard, and then the corruption is ticked down to 1.
Tick down to 1.
Boom. Got to throw the Carl's Magma Pike.
He has an extra attack. Yeah.
3s. Oh,
no, there we go.
It
was not meant to be. It was not meant to be.
So who's taking the mortal wound?
We'll give it on this guy back over here.
Way over there. All right. So that's 1 mortal wound, and they are now infected for the entire game until they're healed.
Boom.
This guy over here has the prayer for healing from
the
enhancements from prayers, which I've never seen before. I do like it though. I don't like it as Nurgle. I want my diseases to run rampant, please, and thank you. So they suffer that in the Battle Shock phase. Scoring Ferocious Advance. That's 2 points. Easiest 2 points of your life.
Exactly. I'll take it.
You control 1 objective for a 3rd point, and you'll control another objective for a 4th point, but not more than me because I also have 2. Bloop and bloop. So 4 points for Fyreslayers turn 1 as we go into Maggotkin turn 1. Here we are, turn 1, 4-0 for Fyreslayers, very good. But we gain command points because of our generals being alive. I have 84,591 things to do at the start of my hero phase.
Exactly that many.
Exactly that many. And one of them was gaining those command points. Horticulous Slimux here. He is a master gardener. And once per game at the start of my hero phase, he can grow a tree. I'm just going to plop that tree right here. Boom, that's the new tree home. It has to be wholly within 7 of him. and more than 3 away from other terrain. So it's going to be more than 3 away from those pieces of terrain, wholly within 7 of him. And then, since that happens at the start of my hero phase, this can immediately start adding to my corruption points. Now, I won't be able to get it for that tree because of the Orc Hearthguard.
Got him.
But, so instead of gaining 3, I only gain 2. So way to deny my whole attempt at getting a lot of corruption points right off the rip.
Yeah.
Oh, he also my territory too. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's actually not wholly within 7, it's just within 7, so whatever, I'll just go right here in the middle. Grow that there. And then, heck, we'll gain corruption points. 1 corruption point, 2 corruption points, not 3, because of that one has enemies nearby it. And then I'll get 3 from my territory, but not 4, because they are in my territory. So, that is going to be 1, 2, 5. I get 5 corruption points on the first turn. So I'll just keep track of that with that d20 there. My battle tactic is going to be Ferocious Advance. I'm going to choose the Sloppity Bilepiper and Spoil, Pox, Scrivener, and the Host of Plague Bearers to be the 3 for the Ferocious Advance, to all end near each other. And then we are going to go with Heroic Action, which will be Recovery on the Great Unclean One, which happens at the beginning. He's Bravery 10. He rolls less than 10, so he's able to heal D3 wounds. Now, because of Disgusting Resilience, all Nurgle models heal a wound, but he has a rule called Locus of Fecundity, which allows himself and anything nearby it to heal D3. That's the new Nurgle Locus ability for, I would say, demons, but it actually works for, surprisingly, the Glockkin, who is not demonic, and Festus, the Leech Lord. I guess they're just so ripe with Nurgle's corruption that they are blessed with the Locus as well. Typically, again, Locus abilities have always historically been demonic only. That means he's capable of healing 2d3 wounds right now. So he's going to heal 6. Right back here. He's so corpulent.
So corpulent.
Boom, right back up to full. Which is kind of, not, we didn't expect full, but we expected like a 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you'd have 2 wounds remaining, but I just got lucky. Also, at the beginning of the hero phase, this is all at the beginning of the hero phase, we have the bell, the Doomsday Bell. He clangs it, makes a reverberating clamor, and it calls demons to the battlefield in the form of corruption points. So I roll a d6, and on a 1, nothing happens. No one answers the call. On a 2 to 5, I gain 1 corruption point, and on a 6, it is loud and in charge, and I get D3. So I'm gonna roll a 6.
Of course.
I gain 3. I'm at 8 corruption points. Luke. This is going much better than I thought it might go with the corruption points. Forgot to allow Phil here to go for a heroic action.
Yeah, so on this Battlesmith, I'm going to take the
Willpower.
Willpower. Allow me to unbind something.
Some magics, because we're about to go to magics now. It's time for some magics. Now, the artifact on my Great Unclean One, I just took it just for the sake of taking it, because why not? It's the Tome of Befouling Secrets. Sorry, it is the Tome of 1,000 Poxes, which gives him the Gift of Disease spell from the Mortal lore. In addition to, he's a little more adept at casting it, so he gets +1 to cast when he does Gift of Disease. Now, Great Unclean Ones are level 2 wizards, so he can throw out 2 spells. He knows Mystic Shield, the Gift of Disease, his built-in spell, which I can't remember what it is right now, Arcane Bolt, and of course I took the Fleshy Abundance, which gives a unit of Nurgle +1 of their wound characteristic, which would be mostly them, is what I'll be casting that on. They're 2 wounds each now, which is a nice change. So putting them to 3 wounds is kind of ludicrous, if that works. Plague Wind is his built-in spell. He just shoots a line of mortal wounds on a 4-up. Only does 1 mortal wound. It's not that great. We are going to start with the Gift of Disease. I will see if I get it. First, I get +1 to this roll. I got a total of 10 on the dice. That means it needs an 11 to unbind it. But what this does is I pick an enemy unit. This is good. This is going to be good. Within 21 inches, and a wave of disease comes out of his hands and slams against them, and they get infected. But on top of that, every unit within 7 inches of that unit also gains infection. Ooh. So they immediately spread the infection all around. So if you would like to stop it, I will be targeting them. But on the other side, we also have Mystic Shield, or making them 3 wounds each.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off for now. I think 11's going to be tough to get.
All right, so Gift of Disease will hit these Hearthguard Berserkers. They're going to get infected. And then all the characters are going to get infected. These Hearthguard Berserkers are going to get infected. The Volkite Berserkers are going to get infected. And probably not the Rune Smiter, but the Orc Hearthguard beside them, I assume, are within 7.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to put infection counters on all of the things. Now, this is the pain in the butt style of this mechanic where you have to keep a counter for all of this going on. Now, the Orc Hearthguard do go up to a 2nd level of infection because they already had 1. We're going to go ahead and cast a 2nd spell with him. That's going to be Fleshy Abundance, which is the spell he chose from the lore, onto the Plague Bearers. He does not get +1 to cast this. He rolls a 10, though. Would you like to stop that with an 11, or you want to hold off for Mystic Shield?
Is that the one that adds them an extra wound onto them?
This is the one that gives them an extra wound, yeah. This will make them 3 wounds each.
So I need an 11 on this as well?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot because
All right.
I think that's the best bet. I don't want them to have 3 wounds apiece.
I also don't want them to have 3 wounds apiece.
I saw the 6 and I got excited. Oh well.
Not quite enough to unstop the magic, unbind the magic. So they will change their wound characteristic to 3. Now, if any of them have 1 wound left, when my next hero phase comes up, that model will die because his wound characteristic will go down to 0.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to go to the Sloppity Bile Piper, who knows, he's got the Arcane Tome. We're going to throw the Mystic Shield out. We got it with a 7. And there's no other way to stop it, so we are going to enhance the Plague Bearer save by 1. Now, granted, they only have a 6-up save now, so they go to a 5-up. Ooh, it matters. That will conclude my hero phase. We're going to go on a movement. We are going to run the Great Unclean One? He's going to run himself, and he's going to throw a command point at the double. He gets to move 8 inches now. I'll go down to 2. And if anyone's curious, he does move 8. You do the order of operations, so you have his move characteristic first, and then you add any modifiers afterwards. So you'd have down to 2, and then add 6. So he goes up to 8-inch move there. And then we're going to proceed with the movement over on the Scrivener. We're going to go ahead and redeploy the Auric Hearthguard because they don't want to get any more infected. They've already done what they wanted.
They did what they needed. They stopped you from getting those points, so now we're gonna move.
So we're going to order them to move in this D6 move. Okay. They're going to go 5. Very nice.
I'll take that.
Taking that position there, staying more than 3 away from the tree because they don't want they would get an automatic 2 infection level, so just avoiding that. But to note, there's at least 1 model in my territory still, so I do not get my 4th CP for my territory. We are going to continue moving, I guess, actually, because that's just him there. And then we're going to roll up Mr. Scrivener. He goes an extra 5. He goes 9 inches. And then the Plague Bearers will run. 1! Well, 1's good enough. And they move like that, keeping it awkwardly coherent, but we needed I forgot I picked him as my ferocious advance target, so I have to make a path for him to get up there. Even if he rolls a 1 on his advance, he'll get within 3 of him, so that's all I need. But we'll take a 4 on his run roll, sorry. There we go, and that will complete my ferocious advance. We are going to go ahead and move my Beasts of Nurgle forward because they don't need to be here anymore. We're going to run them 5. I had to go double check their movement because I knew in my heart, they're faster than 4. I have to go check that out. They're 5. So I was right, but not by much. We're going to go with, we'll say these Beasts of Nurgle are going to go ahead and roll a run up. They go, ooh, nice, they go 11 inches. They're going to end there, and then we'll run Horticulus, but he's just going to go to about here for now. Go a little bit over just to get a look closer. And this should be it for my movement. We have to bring our Nurglings in. They must show up on the first turn. In fact, I'm not too sure what happens to them if I choose to put them in their little Nurgling infestation node and they can't show up. I'm going to assume they die. I don't really see a great spot for them. I just want them to be able to show up and exist as Nurglings, so we're going to pick this spot over here, more than 9 away from the enemies. Near a terrain feature. They have to be within 3 of a terrain feature, so we'll say rocks. And because we are playing on the minimum size board, we just have the 2-inch nose zone there. So there's at the edge of it, hanging out near the rocks, more than 9 away, and they are in my enemy's territory, so I'll gain corruption points for them in the next battle rounds. I got no shooting because I ran with everything, and I have no charging. Well, the Beasts of Nurgle can charge. They can run and charge, so I'll try it, just to get more scrapping going on. I don't know what I need to get in, but we are going to roll a 7, which is probably a fail, but Nurgle likes it. Is it?
They're within 8, so.
Okay. Ooh. It was destined by Nurgle. That is a 7.5. They were just about 7.5 away, so they will make it in. Pestilential Battering Ram is a new rule they have, where you roll a die for every model that gets in within an inch. You technically move 1 model in, roll the 2 up, and then you apply you don't apply the mortal wounds, you calculate them, then you move the other one in and roll the 2 up. But we only have 1 model getting within an inch, so it does 3 mortal wounds as a charge in. And Phil here wants to use Unleash Hell.
Yes.
All right, so your 1 command point, last command point, we're gonna shoot him up. I guess the Battering Ram would actually alleviate a little bit of this. So I do 3 mortal wounds, which do slay 2 of the Auric Hearthguard, and then they unleash hell. I'm going to double check that because it says you apply the rolls and then do the mortal wounds. And I'm pretty sure the mortal wounds are immediate. And since these both happen at the same time, the unleash hell and the Battering Ram, since it's my turn, I'll say the Battering Ram happens first. All right, we are going to throw a few less shots now because some due to the die to the Battering Ram. These hit on 5s.
Yes.
Because -1 to hit.
Yep.
But But it is an Overwatch type. It has that 4 hits. Yep. 3 is to wound. Okay, 3 just, you know you're shooting the equivalent of dogs.
Yeah, Ren 1.
Oh, they probably only have a 6 up. They pass 1, and then they have Disgusting Resilience.
Wow. Wow, Luca.
Sorry. And that will be it for charges. I'm just going to go ahead and fight first with them. I'm going to pile in 2 inches there, 1 inch in, and then you, my friend, are just going to go 3 forward. They're just so happy that someone's got their attention. Or, yeah, I guess that they have someone's attention. I'm going to correct that move a little bit. I don't want to be within 3 of the Volkite Berserkers. We're going to end our pile in there. In fact, no. I am going to engage them because I'm going to remember I have Nauseous Revulsion active. You're not allowed to pile in any closer to Nurgle units. So I will tie them up, and then they are too grossed out to pile into them. They can still pile in. They just can't get any closer. They have to stay equal, so they can manipulate their movement a little bit. But this will allow me to spread corruption and keep them tied up for the next battle round. So if I want to tie them up, I can't be wholly within 14 of Horticulus. I didn't really plan on charging with them, but it is what happened. They are going to rake at the Auric Hearthguard with their claws. They hit on 4s. Horticulus gives them +1 to hit. We have a couple misses because of it. No 6s to hit. These are 3s to wound. 2 wounds at a rend of 1. Their 5 up goes to a 6 up. So that's 4 damage so far. And then they each have D6 attacks with their slobbering maws. 7. 4s to hit. That is, every unmodified 6 applies a disease point to them, so they get an additional level of disease. And then these are 3s to wound, 1 wound, no rend.
5 up.
5 up. I do 1 more damage. So total of 5. Yeah, 5 whole damage with them. I'll kill 2 and wound.
This guy will have 1.
That guy. And then you could do the pile-ins. Now, you
They can't get any closer, right?
They can't get any closer, but you can manipulate their movement.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yeah.
So they pile in, and you can attack with the smite. I did get within an inch of the smite.
He's within an inch of him. So.
Yeah.
It's only going to be one guy's going to be able to attack over here, and then it's going to be one going to attack with him. So we'll start with this guy over here. He's going to have the 1 attack, hitting on a 3. It's a hit, wounding on a 3.
Nice.
No wound. Now we're going to go with the Rune Smiter over here. He can't pile in any closer, but he's going to get his attacks. So we're going to go with the latch key over here. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be 1 attack here, hitting on a 4. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound with a fill face. No rend.
No rend. I only have 5 up saves. That's 2 damage so far.
That's going to be 2 damage to him. And then 1 attack with the iron. Or 2 attacks with the iron, I'm sorry. That's going to be a miss there. And that's also going to be a miss.
So we have Disgusting Resilience, where I take the 2. And that'll bring you down to 6 wounds remaining from his axe. Probably didn't need to take that damage, but we wanted to show their girth off. They wanted to be as close to as many things as possible. So that is it for combat. Now you can pile in the Volkite Berserkers if you want to. They just can't get any closer to Nurgle stuff. But
so they're fine.
Yeah, all right, cool. All right, so at the end of the combat phase, everything within 3 inches of a Nurgle unit will increase their infection levels by 1. So that'll be them, yeah. He didn't get infected, did he?
No, he didn't.
Oh, because you redeployed, that's right, yeah. So they go to 4, they go up to 2, and then he gains infection for the first time. Okay, wow, we're done that. We're on to Battle Shock now, I think. There's a lot going on here, so I apologize if I seem like I'm going slower than I typically do. There's a lot. There's a lot going on here. Start of the Battle Shock phase, let's start rolling for some infections. So these Hearthguard Berserkers on a 4+ will suffer a mortal wound, but they are near a character. They have a 4 board save.
They do?
No, they are fine. The 1 Battlesmith, nope. The other Battlesmith, yes. He probably doesn't have a ward save.
Let me check.
So he goes down to 4 remaining wounds, so his axe is blocking 2 of them. We have the Rune Sun in the back, who will suffer a mortal wound, but he'll also go down to 4. And then we have the Hearthguard Berserkers, who are infected a wee bit. They have a 4 board though. They're near character. They are fine. And then we have 2 levels on the Volkite. Oh, they take 2 mortal wounds.
Oof.
I think that does kill 1.
Yeah.
And then we have 1 on the Rune Smiter. Nope. And then we have 4 on the Auric Hearthguard. They got sick fast. They're going to suffer 1 mortal wound. And then all of that gets ticked down to 1. So if they had more than 1 on them, they just all get knocked down to 1 again. Okay, and that's how this army deals damage now. Like everything else is kind of, if you look at all the damage, I think I did 4 damage with attacks, and everything else is mortal wounds. And so far, I've killed 1 or 2 models with actual attacks. Now we're going to go on to scoring.
Battle Shock, right?
Now the rest of Battle Shock,
Yeah.
right? Could they fail? I guess they could fail.
They lost 5 guys, and they have
wow.
a leadership, I think, of 7.
Ooh. right, the Hearthguard, Bravery 7.
Lost 5 guys.
Rolling a 5 and adding a 10. 3 boogie.
Yeah, he's a...
They don't like what's going. Oh no, this is real bad. Oh no. Okay, well then we go on to scoring. We got our ferocious advance for 2 points, and we hold 2 objectives, but not more than the Fyreslayers. So we also have 4 victory points. So it's a tie game at the end of the first battle round. And now these objectives, before we figure out who's going next, are going to jump to the middle of each table quarter. So we're going to reposition all the objectives. Bloop, bloop, right there in between the pillar, and same over here between the pillar. All right, that is it. Now, and also my corruption ticks up 1 level. It goes from nauseous revulsion to rampant disease. All of the mortal wounds in the battle shock phase trigger on 3 ups instead of 4 ups now for this battle round. Now, Phil,
yes,
we have the all-important roll-off.
We do.
The priority roll.
Oh boy.
You win ties. I got a 4. A 3.
Of course.
Okay, well, I like all the buffs I have up. I like where the objectives are. This is not the time to take a double turn. There's literally no reason for me to take a double turn. You're all lit up with infection. I have all my buffs up. I'm defending my objectives where I need to be. I have those guys stuck in combat, but whatever. They're beasts of Nurgle. They're gonna ideally be fine. We'll see. The only benefit I would have is I'd have to recast all my buffs, and they could heal D3, fall back, and charge. But that is not worth a double turn. You take a double turn if you're gonna go for the win. I think we're just gonna end up, especially against Fyreslayers. So we're just gonna keep letting the cycle go. We're gonna go on to Fyreslayers turn 2. And voila. Though I suppose I would have gotten some corruption for these guys being here. That's not that big of a deal. All right, all of your 1 million start of hero phase things.
Yes. So we're going to go over these ones now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Rune of Fury. So my Urgold rune is going to be the Rune of Fury. It allows me to reroll attack rolls of 1, so hit rolls of 1. And if it's enhanced, then I get +1 attack on melee weapons. So let's see if I get that. So 1 through 5, it's regular. 6, it's enhanced. That's 2 runes in a row. Woo! That's huge. That's huge. +1 attack on Hearthguard Berserker. Exactly.
We're ready to scrap. I love it.
Exactly.
Love to see it.
I'm loving it too. Then I'm going to choose the leadership. So for the heroic action. Heroic action. I was right. You're right. Need to stop doubting myself. So I'm going to do it on this guy right over here, this Battlesmith. So on a 4+, he'll have an additional CP. Yay! Oh, okay, there we go. All right, everything's coming up, Phil, so far. And then the last one was my battle tactic, right? Savage Spearhead. Savage Spearhead. So I'm going to try to get 2 guys in your land.
Easy. That's so easy to do here. Yeah,
so we'll go with that.
Several options there. And then we have probably other things to do, like prayers and stuff. Yeah. We're going to try and summon the invocation, the wall.
Yep. So it's the firewall here. It needs a 3 to be answered.
All right. Take a mortal wound.
No, with that face.
Then the wall summons here. Infinitely high. This is a unique invocation that cannot be walked through unless you're a Magma Droth, because they don't care about the hot. Yeah, these guys, they care a lot about the hot. And then my other Rune Smiter over here is going to cast Searing Heat onto your big boy over there. This is a great unclean one.
So I need a 3+, and he'll be -1 to hit.
Boop. Yep. He is -1 to hit. The Rune of Searing Heat, I don't know what the actual physical, it might blind him, it might distract him, but he is -1 to hit. Which he was already from the Magma Pikes, but
that went away at the end of his turn.
So. Yeah. I'm going to go put that there. Remember, he's -1 to hit. Actually, now that I think about it, I forgot to do my heroic action, which was going to be leadership on the Great Unclean One on... Hey, you got it. I'm going to say it anyways, but we're going to wave the banners of Grimnir, the icons of Grimnir there, just so you get the... I believe it's a bonus to your saving throw.
Yes.
That will conclude the hero phase. Movement.
So these guys are going to fall back.
Retreating from combat. They move 4, and they have to be outside of 3 of me with that move. And then they are going to be able to accomplish Savage Spearhead by doing so.
And same here. This guy's going to fall back.
Boop. Hello. There. Then that will keep both units wholly within for Savage Spearhead. And we have to figure out where the rest of the stuff is going.
And these guys are going to fall back over here. Just going to stay outside of 3 of your guy there, so that I don't stay in engagement range.
I was going to use them to pile into them again to try and kill them off.
Figured you would.
Yeah, smart. Retreating, not the dwarven way, but a tactically sound choice. Yeah. Over to this Rune Smiter on Magma Droth.
It's going to come around over here, or just out of 3.
Yeah. He'll be looking for a fight with the Nurglings. Probably an easy fight.
One hopes. Then my other Magma Droth It's going to pump up over to here.
All right. Good, strong position. I don't think I want to redeploy off of any of this, by the way. So we are gonna now. Phil's got a heck of a decision.
Heck of a decision.
This is they hurt. I have no idea because like with this new edition, characters, especially monsters and all that, are wildly durable, like insanely durable, especially great on clean. Well, I mean, if you could do a big amount of damage to them in one go, then that's that. It is what it is. And Hearthguard Berserkers are wildly aggressive units, especially with the freaking third attack on their profile.
Yep.
So Phil's thinking, do I just go in and kill the Great Unclean One? You might be able to. I don't know exactly. Yeah. So I don't know what to advise on that. Because if I lose my Great Unclean One, I lose a substantial amount of my list.
Yeah.
And then obviously...
A whole quarter of your list.
Exactly. And then I would have only my one wizard left for my grand strategy. Because I did go with prize sorcery, so I got 2 wizards. And all that fun stuff, but my goodness, I don't know. I have no idea if that's the right answer or not. I am not experienced enough with this Maggotkin army. I want to say they probably don't have the hitting power, but I have no idea. There's always dice, and these are probably one of the harder hitting units in the game. So we'll see.
YOLO, man. You only live once, so.
Damn. All right. In come
here we go.
The Hearthguard. So they move 4.
Yes.
All right, here they go. All right, the Hearthguard Berserkers move up there with their infection. I am going to redeploy the Spoilpox Scrivener. He should be within 9. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just to keep him safe, he's a little too aggressively. I'm going to use the Heroic Leadership from the Great Unclean One to throw that redeploy out. He'll go 5 inches. He's going to go tuck away. He's going to slink in back there, that way and that way. 3, 2. That's where he ends up. I have no more redeploy shenanigans. I just realized he's a little too aggressively positioned because these guys are coming in swinging something heavy.
And I'm going to advance him because I need to keep him so he can give them a their 4-up
correct
ward save.
Yeah.
So they do that. So 4 inches.
Goes up to 8.
Yeah.
We are going to go up and at them, just staying outside of 3. That way you'll have plus the battles, the Grimnir icon too.
Yep.
Keep the saves rolling. Then we move up these Hearthguard Berserkers, therefore. I'm curious, losing the Lords of the Lodge War Scroll Battalion, I'm curious what their hitting power is at, because that used to be able to, effectively gave you a 3rd unit, because you could always fight twice with one of them for one of the command points. That's gone now. Probably for the better. Like most fight twice things are gone. And, well, I say most. There's still a couple in the game. Dirthu got me so good. A Rune Sun and an Battlesmith.
So we'll go with the Rune Sun first.
Yes.
He's going to move 3 extra, run 3. And then into the Battlesmith, another 3. So they'll both be moving 7.
They tuck in there. If you want to figure out who the Rune Sun is, he's the most insignificant looking dwarf out of all of them. He's got a tiny little axe. He's got nothing really on his base. Literally, a basic Fyreslayer looks more intriguing than a Rune Sun. I don't know what's up with the model, but it is what it is. And I think we're done moving. We have a lot of throwing axes to throw.
That we did.
It's time. 18 throwing axes from the 2 Hearthguard Berserker units. The characters all ran. They're not able to throw an axe. We're just going to lump them all together into the Great Unclean One, who will not be doing all-out defense against throwing axes. Looking for 6 attack because he has a Nurgling infestation. They're crawling all around him, and they literally jump off him to intercept the axe for him. That's what the -1 is there.
So looking for 6s, rerolling 1s because of my Urgold rune.
And I see a couple fills right away.
Got a couple fill faces and a 1/1. So rerolling that.
Hey,
oh, not
5s to wound. We have a wound.
One.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're good.
Taco Cat.
We're good. Roaring Fire Stream from the Rune Smiter on Magmadroth into my Nurglings, looking for a 3 or less to hit them.
Yeah, because he's fully healed. He doesn't take any wounds. It's a 1d6 that he gets to roll.
That's right.
Equal to or less than.
Becomes more d6 later on.
Yeah.
Oh, he misses and just overshoots them. They're a little too, I don't know, hidden, numerous in that clustered area. Let's see if he can kill a Nurgling with a throwing axe on a 5.
No.
Oh, he hits. He hits. Does it wound? No.
No.
Then we have a Rune Father who could do something similar. We'll go into the Beasts of Nurgle.
Yeah, so he's going to do his Fire Stream into the Beasts of Nurgle over here. So D6 looking for a 1 or a 2, because there's 2 models in that. Nope, Phil Face doesn't want to do it.
No. We had throwing axe.
Do you have a throwing axe?
1 axe.
Oh,
1 kill.
Oh, rerolling 1s.
Oh, it's true.
Rerolling 1s.
Correct.
Hey! 5s, do it! Oh, I saw the Phil Face. It wanted it.
And charging.
Yep, this squad over here is going to charge into your big old boy over there.
Absolutely. Bring it on.
Here we go.
Huh.
It's 9 inches. That'll get him in.
Very good. That's very good. That's where they end up. Now they're wholly within 12 of both Battlesmiths, so they get +2 to their saves currently. And I guess these Hearthguard are up next.
Yep.
Ooh, here we go. 2d6 roll. 10. That's very good. You definitely wanted 2 high charges.
Yes.
You can go ahead and measure it up, because this guy here has a rule that says things. I could choose one of the 3 rules and says things cannot pile in. So if you roll badly on the charge, he could have saved that. But you know what? That won't be happening right now, methinks. All right, that's where they end up with that. What can you do against a mad dwarf with an axe? They get into both my characters in the back here, and it's remaining wholly within 12 of both Battlesmiths as well. And that's it for charges over here. The unit's retreated over there. I assume you want to do a charge with this Maggotkin.
Yes, I do indeed.
And he will charge.
Oh yeah.
Good enough. Salaman. Hello. Just keeping it back there. Yeah, making sure that he can't do anything shenanigan-y. And that will be that charge finished. We're going to try a charge on the Runefather, see if he can go through that gap into the Beast of Nurgle. You never know.
Yeah, I think I need a double fill face, but we'll see how this goes. No.
You can always re-roll it with a command point if you wanted to.
Nah, I think I'm good.
Not worth? Gotcha. All right. So, that brings it to the combat phase. You have a command ability that triggers at the start of the combat phase, and I have 2 weird Nurgle abilities that trigger at the start of the combat phase. Mine are buffs, so you could wait to see what my buffs are up first before we decide where to attack with. You could like force me to do my stuff first. Yeah. Or I could wait to see you attack first before I could do any of my buffs. It is up to you.
Stomp, I think.
Yeah, but before we do that, we have to resolve Stomp as a monster's rampage from this Magmadroth, so on a 2+. And that's good. How effective? How many Nurglings are we squishing? We're squishing. Ooh,
2, 3.
Ward saves? Okay, I take 2. I got 2 wounds left. That on you over here. Bloop. And now back over to this weird interaction in combat. The one thing that Phil's considering is he could make these guys fight at the start of the combat phase before I declare any buffs from these 2. But their buffs aren't going to really affect too much of anything Phil's worried about. So we're debating on like maybe fighting first with them and then picking them to finish them
because
off.
I think the reason I'm thinking of this, because I have an ability with a command ability to make one of these units fight first before anyone's chosen, and then I get to choose the second one. So these 2 units are going to fight before anything that you have is going to be able to fight.
Correct.
So my thinking is, if I make these guys over on this side fight first, I can see if I do really well and do a lot of damage to him, then maybe I want everyone over there into him to try to finish him off.
And just ignore the characters.
And ignore the characters over there. But the other thought process is, do I want to just try to gank the characters and help? Because if I kill him, it helps me to deny you your battle grand strategy. And he does a lot of buffs to these guys, which right now, this turn, are probably not going to be too much of a problem, but will become a problem later on if they can keep being buffed up. So
correct.
I think what I'm deciding is I'm just going to start with these guys and see what they do, because if he dies, that would be huge.
That's a big deal.
Big deal. So I think that's the move.
And that is the Hermdar command ability. We can use our heroic leadership command point to do Skull Takers and Oath Breakers.
Skull Breakers and Oath Takers.
That's it. That's what it was. Yeah,
and it allows them to fight first
at the start of the combat.
At the start of the combat phase before anyone else is.
Which is the same time these trigger. So I assume you just want to do that before.
I'm just going to do it because it doesn't really matter at this point.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to, in the combat phase, all-out defense. The Great Unclean One is going to try to stay durable, stay strong. I am down to 2.
At the start of the
31 attacks because of the Carl into the Great Unclean One. Now, there are Nurglings here that are going to intercept some of the attacks. It's just negative when they hit. We'll see how many of them can actually save the Great Unclean One's life. Now, it's going to be 4s to hit with these 31 attacks. But rerolling 1s because of the rune.
Yes. So 31 attacks. Got a bunch of 1s in here, which we will...
So far, scary. And the rerolls, Nurglings protect.
Ooh, they did.
Ooh, nice. Oh, so many Nurglings died for this, though. 3s to wound because they big old mighty axe. No rerolls here, but a damn good roll. That's 3 fails. Oof. 15 saving throws. So I have a 3-up save against this. That goes to a 4-up because of all-out defense. Okay. I probably, in hindsight, really should have... made this guy with the Mystic Shield. I got a little too impetuous here. So this is all 2 damage. That's 4 at 16 potential damage. But I have a ward save. Whoa, and 5-up ward. So we, oh no. Oh, he's going down. He's going down 100%. I got a little caught out here. 5, 10. He takes 14 damage. He's got 4 wounds remaining. And I didn't roll any 6s either, so I don't pass diseases back to you.
I hate about that.
Boom.
It's like, ooh.
Oh, because you want to split the
Because
attacks
I'm
to get
splitting
more.
it. Now
Oh,
I'm feeling like maybe I split the attacks. Now you've got me all feeling over here.
Oh, well now because now they fight at the start of the combat phase. Now Phil's able to. Now we're in the combat phase.
Yeah.
Oh, now I got to resolve my abilities over here.
That's true.
We're gonna say we'll start with the sloppity. No, we'll start with this Scrivener. He's gonna count out the tally of blows for this unit. Plague Bears wholly within 14. They get a second attack on their characteristic. And then the Sloppity Biopiper will play the tune or the very familiar tune of Early One Evening My Pustule Was Seeping, which is the same effect it had before. Any of these demons nearby, rolling a unmodified 6 to wound will cause a mortal wound in addition to its normal damage. Now we have these Hearthguard Berserkers able to be selected to fight. Are we splitting the attacks?
We are. Ooh. So, but I'm not going to split it as much as I was considering. What I'm going to do is, now that I really need him dead. So I think I'm going to put these 2 guys into your other wizard so that I can possibly gank him and keep out any of your, take out your grand strategy.
Oh, easily,
which would be great. And then the others are going to fight into him, including the Carl, who's going to fight into him.
All right. So so you just said the 2 into him and then the rest into the grid.
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, do you want to do all-out attack to get +1 to hit?
Yes.
All right, there we are. Down to 1 command point after the all-out attack. The 2 attacking the wizard, it'll be 6 attacks hitting on 2s because of all-out attack. Rerolling the 1s.
Rerolling those 1s.
Very good start. 3s to wound. Huh. And 6. Ooh, these are Ren 1, so I have 6 up save. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I still take 6 damage.
Yes.
He's got resilience. Oh, he's dead.
Oof.
Oh, you cut his head right off. Bloop. Then we have 25 attacks into the Great Unclean One. Can you do it in one fell swoop?
We'll see. Hitting on 2s. Or hitting on 3s because of his Nurglings over there.
And then there's no 1s to reroll? Oh, there's a couple. Or there is none.
No, these are all just
3s to wound.
Ooh.
Okay. 13 saves this time. He still has a 4 up because of the rent. I could spike it pretty high. It's not a bad roll. But this is still an obscene amount of damage. This is
2 damage apiece.
Yeah, so that's 22 damage. Wait, no, sorry.
12
damage.
22.
22. Like, oh,
no, they're not that good.
All right. Ooh, resilience. Let's see. Oh, nope, he is dead. But I did get a 6. That means they are going to take infection. I'll increase their disease level by 1.
Okay.
That is him out of here. So I got obviously way too aggressive with my wizards. It's been a long time since I fought Hermdar Berserk.
Oh, you got my...
Oh, no, there's a guy.
He wasn't finished with him.
Fitting for the Slayer. Yeah. Well then. Okay, my grand strategy is automatically over. So I am down 3 victory points at the end of this game, which is not good for Nurgle, but that's okay. Now I will pick to fight. I just have the Plague Bearers, essentially. I mean, I have the character, too.
Oh, the Nurglings, if you so desire.
Oh, yeah, I will do the Nurglings. You're right. All right, the Nurglings, we're going to have you pile in. The tongue is in the way, but we're going to have you pile in to there. No, I can't quite fit. Only the ones going to be fighting, because I can't quite pile in all that well. So I throw 5 dice. These are 5s and 5s. Ooh, but I increase your infection level by 3.
Okay.
So you're now infected.
Wow.
Bloop. And then we wound on 5s. With 1 wounding hit. 4+ save, no rend on their attacks at all. And, all right. He has the cloak, though, which gives him a 5
Salamander cloak, so a 5-up rune save. Ward save. Yeah, with the Filfairs. Woo!
That's what we buy that for. Now, what was this one's mount trait? We may have forgotten it.
Oh, it's the...
Oh, wait, we don't have the one mount trait, and that's over here.
Yeah, he's got the Coal Heart Beast or whatever, monster or something.
Cool. All right, well, then they're done attacking. You might as well go with this guy now, I suppose.
So now we're going to start off over here with the mount. So we're going to do the claws and horns. Because he's at his full health, he's going to have 6 attacks that are going to be coming in. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Okay, no rerolls there. There's Phil faces, staring right at you there. These are going to be 3s to wound. That's all wounds there. Rend 1, 2 damage apiece.
Well, they have no saves. That's 4 damage so far. I'll roll all their DRs at the end.
6 damage.
Oh, I said my bad. 6 damage. 6 damage. We're going to try and take a bite out of some Nurglings with the Blazing Maw.
4s to hit. Oh, that's a hit with the Phil face.
Oh, there's a lot of Nurglings.
Going to be a 2 to wound on this one. Yep, that's a wound.
And I have no
Rend
save.
2, D3 damage.
So I'm at 6 so far, plus 2 more. I'm at 8. And the Latch Axe.
1 attack hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. No rend on this one.
I passed that save.
Okay.
Nice. And then that's 8 damage from them. So I have 4, 6, and then let's see how many of those Nurglings are resilient and don't care. Quite a bit of them. Only 3 damage go through, but more importantly, you kill a base. So you will go down to 3 wounds remaining, and you will be dead. Resolve the Lashing Tail now. It's at the end of the combat phase, but nothing else is going to matter over here.
Yep. So I'm looking for a 1 because it needs to be less than the number of models left.
And?
No, so close.
Very close. And then for myself, I'm going to attack with my Sloppity Bile Piper, and then I'll do my Plague Bearers afterwards. Screw it, let's do the Plague Bearers now. We're piling towards these Hearthguard Berserkers. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them attacking. Now, they do have an extra attack because of the song. Wait, no, the song is... Nope, that guy's dead. Never mind, the tally will continue until the end of the phase here. So they will have an extra attack each. So 15 attacks because of the Plague Ridden right there. I'm not going to bother with any command points here just because these are 4s and 3s. I'm just really looking for 6s on the hit rolls. So we have 2 more levels of infection on them. Though I guess suppose the 3s could have equated to more mortal wounds in the wounding phase here. Now these are 3s to wound, no rend. But 6s do mortal wounds in addition to their normal damage. So we have 2 mortal wounds and 5 saves. So 2 4-up saves.
Yep, because of the
Battlesmiths. And then on top of that, that's 2 mortal wounds. So that's 5 damage, but they have a 4 aboard themselves.
4 aboard because they're within 10 of the characters.
And I do 3 damage, which kills 1.5 of them.
Yep.
Hallelujah. You die.
No.
And that should conclude. Oh no, I got to do my Sloppity Bile Piper. Attacks with his instrument on 4s. You take a level of infection. And 3s. You take a mortal wound and 2 saves at Ren 1. But you have 2 Battlesmiths nearby.
Yep, so it's still up at a 4+.
Ooh, that is 2 damage. So that's 3 damage in total because of the mortal wound.
And looking for 4s.
Ward saves. Ooh, no. I killed 2 more because one's wounded.
Yep.
So we kill the wounded guy. And then 1 more Berserker goes down. Not quite worth a Great Unclean One and a Scrivener, but it's a start. And that should conclude the combat phase. So that means more infection for everything within 3, which is just them and you. So you go up to 4. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I think that's it. There's nothing else within 3 of my stuff, correct?
Yep.
All right. And then we go to the start of the Battle Shock phase, which is now. I'm going to go ahead and roll for him. We do have Rampant Disease active, which means these trigger on 3 pluses. So he's got 4 on him. He takes 4 mortal wounds. Oh, he does have the cloak for the ward. And it'll be only 1 mortal wound.
1, baby.
Does not care whatsoever. Down to 1 infection level as well. 13 remaining wounds after that. Infection does a little bit of damage to him. Also, at the end of the Battle Shock phase, Nurglings, if they're wounded, they heal back up to full. Let's go to those Hearthguard Berserkers who have 6 levels of infection on them. So 4, 5, 6. These are 3 pluses, which will not really matter, but that's still 4 mortal wounds. They have that ward save.
4 up.
Can I kill 1 more?
Oh, wow. You kill, another one
and a wound. And we're going to knock him down to 1 level of infection. So you'll die, and then get you down a little bit. All the other poultry ones, you suffer a mortal wound, their son is fine, and the other Battlesmith, so both the Battlesmiths take a mortal wound, so he goes down to 3 and he goes down to 4. And then those Hearthguard Berserkers are fine. And then we have those are the Volkite, suffer a mortal wound. I think they just had to take it, yeah. And we have 1 on the Rune Smiter, which is a mortal wound, and then the Auric Hearthguard also take a mortal wound. But they do have the Bodyguard rule, which means they have to take the mortal wound instead of the Smiter on a 4+. No. So the Smiter takes a wound and they take a wound. And then the Volkite took their wound, and that is it for the disease phase. And then we are going to go on to actual Battle Shock, where I don't have any to do. The Berserkers lost, I don't know if they're going to fail, but they lose 4.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely lose.
Losing 4 and rolling a 10. 2 are going to run. Bloop. All right, we're working towards them. Working towards them dying. Oh, I forgot to say it earlier, but the reason the Great Unclean One didn't do the Monstrous Rampage is because the Hearthguard Berserkers are Hunters of the Heartland. That should be it. There should be no more Battle Shocks to take. So you'll get 2 victory points for Savage Spearhead over there. That is my territory.
I guess also technically these guys are too.
Oh yeah, all that.
Yeah.
I guess I figured they were going to be there as well.
Yeah.
That's all Savage Spearhead. You hold 2 of the objectives, but not more than me. So that'll be 4 victory points, but a 5th one because I killed the monster. It is the season of the monster. Now, I do not gain a command point anymore because my general's dead, but we do gain 1 for the Fyreslayers. Let's gain some corruption points. We're going to have 1 for every tree. Boop, boop, boop. That's 3 corruption points. We're going to have 3 for our territory. and then 3 for the enemy territory. So that's 6. That's 9 corruption points. Our poor Bella's gone now, though. We're up to 17 corruption. Heroic action is going to be leadership on that guy. Now, my general is slain, so this works on a 2. Okay, well, we got a command point with him. We're going to attempt a heroic recovery on the Battlesmith down to 3 wounds.
So it's on
So you have to do a bravery check. You have to roll 2d6, and you have to roll less than or equal to or less than his bravery.
Gotcha.
And you roll
5.
Definitely good
Definitely
enough.
left.
So he's going to heal up to D3 wounds. He can heal 2. You can either heal 2 wounds on him or 1 and remove the infection. It is up to you. Get him up 2 wounds because the heroes are in a precarious spot for both the Beasts of Nurgle. Do a lot of impact hits when they charge in, based on how well they charge naturally. Problem is I don't want to move them because I can't let you redeploy either one of the characters, so they're probably just going to stay where they are and hopefully just roll well enough on their charge. The Fleshy Abundance and Mystic Shield now fall off of the Plague Bearers, never to be acquired again. Then because of Disgusting Resilience, this Beast of Nurgle will heal a wound. Not D3 anymore because my Locus of Fecundity is dead. Battle tactic is going to be a Maggotkin specific one. It's going to be Glory to the Grandfather. This is a grind them down equivalent. So if I kill more of your stuff this turn than you kill of mine, I'll gain my battle tactic complete. I should be able to pull that off. I was thinking about going for Broken Ranks, but I just don't feel super guaranteed on taking them out. But I know I think I can take out a couple of these characters with good enough rolls, or maybe disease will get them. You never. There's a lot of damage potentially coming their way based on how I roll on certain things over here. I believe that's it for the hero phase. We're going to go on a movement, and we are going to retreat these Nurglings. In fact, no, they can't move because of the 2 inches. They're actually kind of stuck there fighting this guy. So, whatever. That is their lot in life. All right, we're going to move Mr. Slimix right to about, just like a little bit up. Exactly. Staying, all I care about is that character over there and that character over there redeploying. That is very important for that to not happen. The only problem is I have no way to at the double these guys because he's too far away and he can't just automatically disappear through the Plague Bearer, so he's kind of trapped in there. In fact, is he even capable of moving? No, he's already engaged in combat too, so it is what it is. I can't move those Beasts of Nurgle because they're both within 9 inches of the Rune Father and the Auric, or the Rune Smiter. The thing is, I don't want any of them getting close to them because if I can take out all these characters, they will lose their 4 aboard. Now, it's unlikely I'll take out all those characters, but there's hope. We are going to go ahead and run these Beasts of Nurgle. I can't see how I can get them at the double, so we're going to hopefully roll. Oh, a 2! Ooh, they only go 7 inches. That's not good. Yeah, it's a good thing I only rolled a 2 because if I got any closer, they would have redeployed. So they are. It's a 9-inch charge. And that's it. I think I'm done moving. Let's see. That's all we got, folks. End of the movement phase. We take up this level of disease, and we are going to take up this guy's disease over here as well. Guess it's charge o'clock. These guys declare a charge. That's a fail. We're going to use our heroic leadership command point to reroll, needing a 9. Ah! That is not quite part of the plan. We're going to go with those Beasts of Nurgle declaring a charge, and they're going to charge 3, but they're wholly within 14 of Horticulus. So let's re-roll it. They'll go 8. Because the other group failed to get into the characters, these guys could have done some more wounds to that Battlesmith, but it wasn't worth bringing in the Hearthguard Berserkers. If I had both in, I might consider bringing them in, but they get that extra attack right now, which is real spoopy, so no thank you. They are going to charge here, though. So the first one's going to go in and do some mortal wounds onto the character, and then the second one's going to do some mortal wounds to them. I just have to resolve his first. 2+ against the Smiter. Ooh, he takes 2 mortal wounds, but he does have a bodyguard unit nearby. 4 ups, the Hearthguard take it instead. The Hearthguard decide, oh, we'll just take 2 mortal wounds instead, boss. And then the other guy is going to do his mortal wounds against the Orc Hearthguard because he couldn't have the room, and then the Orc Hearthguard are going to take 2 mortal wounds themselves. Probably should have done that in the other way. It didn't really matter, but boom, killed him. The reason I didn't put both of them into the Runespire is because I didn't want to drag the Volkite Berserkers in, and I am just outside of 3. I couldn't fit the other guy in to get the impact hits, and they didn't make their charge. So we are looking to... Oh, yeah, we got Horticulus Slimix who might charge. He's not good in combat, and I don't want to drag those guys in. I could charge him in to get him within wholly 14... Sorry, I could charge him in to get wholly within 14 of the Beasts of Nurgle so they get +1 to hit, but it's not worth getting absolutely crushed by Hearthguard Berserkers. So, I believe we are on to the fight phase. Would you like to fight first with those Hearthguard Berserkers?
I think I do.
All right, that's fair. So 1 command point, that is the... Skull Taker, or Skull Breakers and Oath Takers,
yes.
I believe it's called. We have 4 of them, gonna pile in and fight. Before we do that, we realized this guy would have had extra attacks with the maw, the claws, and the axe into the Nurglings. We'll go ahead and resolve that. We'll remember there's 3 left. It doesn't actually change anything because this base space is still within 3 of him as well. I'll make sure we get everything right. So we'll do the bite, I guess. That misses. And then the extra claw attack. Misses.
Reroll ones.
Oh, yeah.
That, I don't know.
It does miss, and that means we'll have 1 more attack with the lash axe. Just, I'm sure someone left the comment pointing out, good call, but like, boop, they survive. That just changed up nothing over there. And then these 4 lads, they have no need to pile in because they're already all within 2. That's going to be, is the Carl still alive?
Oh.
He is indeed still there. He's that guy there. We are going to have 13 attacks, that's what it is.
Yeah. I'm going to do all-out attack. So
They can only receive one.
That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about it. Sorry, my bad.
All good.
So hitting on 3s.
Yep. Plague Bears are no longer negative on the hit.
Still rerolling 1s because of...
in melee.
Yep.
Yeah. Rerolling the 1s. Plague Bears only...
Oh, no, so reroll all 1s.
Yes.
So the whole thing is the extra attack is in melee.
Yeah. The Plague Bears are no longer negative on the hit in melee. It's the only shooting for them. That's a good roll, though.
Yeah.
3s to wound. Oh! Boom, 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 boom. Boom, and a boom. All right, not bad. I don't believe I get a save against any of that, so that's 12 damage. And sorry, for the Scrivener, if anyone was curious, or the Biopiper, I was doing the Pustule song, where they get to do more wounds on 6s to wound. Not the bonus save, but I think that was the Scrivener anyways. Oh, it is definitely the Scrivener. So these are wards, fill in the pains. I ignore 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I take 6 damage, which is 3 dead Plague Bears. We're gonna lose, boom, those 3. I'll go attack with the Plague Bears now, I suppose. Oh, no, I guess I might as well do the Beast of Nurgle. Screw it, we're gonna do the Nurglings. Nurglings! 5 attacks, take, no infection. And, I guess I got a hit though. Nope, no wounds. All right, over to the Rune Smiter. Smiter's up next. He's got extra attacks because of the current Urgold Rune Cracked.
Yep. So we're gonna do the Latch Axe first. That's gonna be 2 hits.
Ooh, very nice.
Wounding on 3s.
That is a wound. No rend, and we make it. And then we have the Runic Iron he's equipped with. A couple extra swings.
Yep. So 3 attacks here.
Or a 3rd attack, that's right.
Rerolling 1s.
1 does hit on 3s.
And wounds on 4s.
That is a wound, which I will make a saving throw. Okay. I believe I'll just go ahead with them and just get them within an inch. Just a swing. Beast and Nurgle have 4 attacks each. You take 3 levels of infection, and half of them hit, which is what you'd expect. 3s to wound. 3 of them at rend 1. And for 6s.
Fill faces. Getting 1.
That's 4 damage.
Oh, okay.
he doth die. There. And then the next natural pick is the Magmadroth, but it does get to do a monstrous rampage. Do you want to stomp on them? 2 health?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, not really. It doesn't really matter. You can still resolve it now. It wouldn't kill a base. So 2+ to see if you step on some Nurglings. Indeed you do. And D3 mortal wounds. Oh, just 1. Resilience. No, we take damage. And now for the onslaught of attacks. 7 attacks with the horns and claws as they try to maul through the Nurgling hordes.
Hitting on 4s.
And 3s.
3s to wound.
I'll have no save against that. That's D3 each or 2 each?
That is D3.
Oh, D3 each, okay. Boop, boop, boop.
3.
Those were 6 damage. That's okay. And then we have 2 attacks with the Blazing Maw, which are D3 each. So 4s to hit. That's, ooh, a pair of hits. Boo!
Yeah.
Boo!
2s to wound.
Boo!
Boom.
That's 2d3.
That's going to be 2d3.
I have no save. That is 2 more.
Of course.
2 more damage. All right. So that is going to be 2. And then we have the Latch Axe. It'll be 2 attacks.
2
Got
hits.
it. A pair of hits.
Oh, no. Yes, 2 hits.
3s to hit. Okay.
3 and 3s to wound.
And 2 wounds. No rend?
No rend.
6s. Are these
2
2
damage apiece.
Oof, so 4 more on top of that. That's 12 damage. I don't want them to die. I love my Nurglings. Ward. Ooh. They might still be dead, though. Maybe that many. Oh, 1 wound left. That kills 1, and this guy's got 1 wound left. So you die. You got a wound left. The little homie survives to multiply into many little homies. Ooh, and cannot lashing tail them, as that is only 1 base. It must roll less than 1. Okay, well, that's cool. Little Nurglings doing Nurgling things. We're going to go ahead and pile in all these Plague Bears. We're going to avoid the Hearthguard Berserkers, though. Or, sorry, those Hearthguard Berserkers specifically. All right, piling like so, just to make room for the Scrivener, or the Sloppity Biopiper to throw some hands in there as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, only 4 of them in reach to attack. Heck yeah, Plague Bears. Gosh, they're so bad, dude. Let's go with hitting on 4s. Okay, well, we got some hits. No mortal wounds. Wounding on 3s. Oh, we got 2 mortal wounds and 3 wounding hits. So we have 4 up saves. And
yeah, these are the 4 up saves because of the +1/+1.
Yeah. I do 1 damage on there, and there's 2 mortal wounds, so 3 ward saves.
4 up ward saves.
Oh, very nice.
Feeling good.
Very good. And then that should be it for your attacks resolved. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the Slappity Bile Piper. He'll pile in, and he'll use his heroic leadership to all-out attack, just to get a +1 on that. Attacking with his weapon, his instrument, 3s. You take an infection, and 3s. 2 at Ren 1, but you get +2 to your save.
So 4 ups.
And I do. Ooh, that's 2 damage. And then
4 up wards.
4 wards. And I got to double check. Can you roll 1 more for me? I think I rolled a 6 to wound there, and I don't know if I did or not. Oh, you're fine anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, so I simply just increased their infection level with the hit there, and that should be it. So at the end of the combat phase, everything within 3 takes another infection level. Bloop, bloop. They go up 1. Everything over here should be okay. You go up to 3. And then we go to the battle shock phase, where I will roll. They can't fail, but they have a rule. If I roll a 1, I get a model back in the unit. Nope. So these 3 are dead. I guess before I roll that, I'm supposed to divvy out the mortal wounds from the disease, and then this guy heals back up to full. Mortal wounds on this magma drop suffers. Oh, you dodge all of them. Down to 1. And then we'll go for the characters here. Suffers a mortal wound. He's down to 3. And then the rune son beside him suffers a mortal wound. He's down to 3. Getting there. This guy still is infected, so he will suffer a mortal wound down to 4. And then we have 4 dice on the Hearthguard Berserkers. They suffer 3 mortal wounds.
Ward save.
And that is going to be only 1 damage. Very good. The ward save really kicking in this turn. Go back down to 1 infection. Hearthguard Berserkers right above them. Suffer a mortal wound again because I am +1 to my disease rolls right now. And they'll have a 4 ward save as well, being their hero. One damage. And then I think I just have the Volkite Berserkers. Nope. That should be it. Okay. All right, not bad. Now for my battle tactic, I did kill 2 units and I lost none. So we're good. I got my grind them down. Grandfather's the Nurgle one specifically. That's 2 points for my battle tactic, and I hold 2 objectives, not more than my enemy, so that's 4 points for Nurgle at the end of the second turn. As we move on to the third battle round, we go from rampant disease to corrupted regrowth. At the start of my hero phase, I'll receive 1 extra CP for each feculent normal in your army that is on the battlefield. And then, heck, all important roll off.
It is.
I would like, I don't know, I think I would like to, I guess so. 3, ooh. 5. Well, you get to dictate now.
Oh,
so I'll let you think about that. After some contemplation here, you get to keep the third, you get to keep the extra attack on everything because of the rune, if you give me the double turn.
Yes, and I think that's what I'm going to do, because I think it's important to get that.
Keep that, well, because it keeps them super dangerous.
Yeah, and keeps you away from me so you don't want to move up, so.
Problem is, there's like, we talked about the characters exposed over here. It might mean a death of them, maybe. I'm not too sure. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. Again, I can't let anything over here redeploy. Well, that character's dead over there, but this guy redeploying will still give them a 4 board save. And I cannot let that happen. So I have to somehow... Oh, I don't even know if it really matters too much, because if that happens, then it's them redeploying. I think they're going to go for the Volkite Berserkers anyways. So you want to give it to me?
Yes,
okay.
I'm going to give it to you.
So it will be Maggotkin turn 3. Okay. Okay. Yeah, again, more consideration. Think that's the right call. Like, these guys are all... not dead, but they're going to be really exposed. But I'm tied up over here. I'm too afraid to engage those Hearthguard Berserkers. I guess the other thing to note is it does give me 3 more corruption points because this thing will be alive, as opposed to you going and killing it, ideally.
Well, isn't that at the end, or no?
It'd be on my hero phase. So if I go again, he'll give me a free 3 corruption points. Now we're on to turn 3. Nurgle will be taking it. Currently 17 corruption points, 8 victory points to 9. Fyreslayers winning. And then I only gain 1 command point, 3 for the Fyreslayers. I miss my general. I'm going to get a lot of corruption points. I'm going to get 2 for each tree. So that'll be 6. And then I'll get 3 for my territory, which is 9. And then I'll gain 3 for this little Nurgling base, which is 12. Which puts me at 29. Which makes me sad. 1.
It was the two. It was the 2 that I got from sacrificing that guy against the tree. Yeah, I mean, at first, like when it happened, I was like, "This was pointless. I don't think this is worth it." But I'm gonna give something a shot, like try something, and then we joked. We were like, "Don't you you wait? It's gonna come down to like 29, and you're gonna be like, I got him." It did. It did, Luca. It did.
Thank you for making that a possibility.
Big brain moves.
I'm elated.
Big brain moves.
The plan generations in the making.
Exactly.
My heroic action will be leadership on a 2. I do. I get, I guess either one of them could throw it out. We'll say you, because you're a little bit closer now. We're going to attempt a recovery on that Battlesmith. Leadership, we got
3.
Oh yeah, he's passing. D3 wounds healed, he's missing 2. So he'll heal 1, up to 4. Yeah, we'll choose the Sloppity Biopiper because he's within 12 of these Nurglings, or sorry, Beast of Nurgle there, for the leadership. And then my battle tactic. And the Beast of Nurgle over there are going to heal the full. Could you just remove those 2 blue dice?
The Beast of Nurgle? Oh, yeah.
Get those guys over there. Boom. I'm going to use this game as a means to try out battle tactics. I'm going to try Gifts of Nurgle. This is a unique battle tactic for the Maggotkin. Every one of my units that are on the battlefield right now must spread disease or give a disease marker to an enemy unit. Doesn't have to be a different enemy unit. They have to put a disease up, so they'll do that in the movement phase. These guys have to put a disease marker. All of this has to do a disease marker. And so I just have to be careful how I resolve it over here. But all things considered, this should be rather feasible, methinks. That means I'm going to have to engage them, which is not ideal. Unfortunately, on second thought, he cannot fit through that gap. He's a little too wide. He'll get stuck on the brazier in between the plague bears. I piled this guy in a little too far on my last turn. So I'm going to have to choose a different battle tactic. It's still easy enough to accomplish, just a little bit less exciting. Oh, I think the only one I can really go for is Broken Ranks. And for this battle tactic, I can't quite get to those objectives in the back. I'm too slow, and I don't have enough presence to be able to do it. So we're going to go for Broken Ranks, trying to take out that unit of Hearthguard Berserkers. And that will bring it to regular hero phase stuff, which is, we're done. Yeah, we're on a movement. We are going to run this unit of Beast of Nurgle, but we're going to use our heroic leadership command point to at the double of them, because they are within 12, so they'll move 11 inches. You're going to be able to move to about there, staying 3 away from all enemies, and then we're redeploying.
Yeah, we're going to redeploy him.
Battlesmith redeploying. 1.
Ooh, that hurts.
I was kind of looking for a 1,
yeah,
in a way. So he will go over that away.
Not great.
Well, this is kind of the all or nothing turn, so let's see what we can accomplish here. After the redeploy, command points, and then we're going to go ahead and run those Beasts of Nurgle over there. I just want to kind of pile up on these characters over here. We'll go an extra 5. We'll go up to 10 inches. Ending there. And then we're going to keep Horticulus back there, just because he's not really going to be doing too much. And I'm not going to summon. I think I'll just save the Great Unclean One, because there's a battle tactic I could do with him later if I somehow come out on top after this scrap. And no shooting, so we're right on to charging. So end of the movement phase. These guys are going to take up their disease. There. That's all good. But this Magmadroth will suffer that. And then we're going to go to charging, starting with these Beasts of Nurgle. They're going to charge 4. Well, I am actually going to re-roll that with my 1 command point. No, they're going to re-roll that. Okay, much better at 10, because I need both of them to get in base contact to do mortal wounds, or at least get within an inch. So I have no command points left. That was forward to victory from the Sloppity Biopiper. Charge you in first. We'll resolve mortal wounds against that Battlesmith on a 2+. Ooh, close. He will suffer 2 mortal wounds on that Battlesmith. So we're going to 2, and then this one will charge in afterwards and attempt to go for that Battlesmith on a 2+. Oh, very good. Doesn't work. And then we'll try and charge with those Beasts of Nurgle. 5. They are wholly within 14 of Horticulus, so they get a reroll. Okay, 5. So that is not going to get me in range to do any mortal wounds to the Battlesmith. But whatever, we're going to engage these Hearthguard anyways and see what this gets us. They both are going to hit the Hearthguard. They dodge one of the hits, and it's 3 mortal wounds on the Hearthguard. And they're going to have a 4 board. That is going to do 1 damage. It kills the Hearthguard Berserker. Boop. These Beasts of Nurgle are going to go. We're going to have you pile in there and there. We're going to have you attack the Battlesmith, and you will attack those Hearthguard Berserkers, because you have literally no choice. Now, they are wholly within 14 of Horticulus, so they get +1 to hit. So this is into the Battlesmith on 3s. He takes a level of infection, and these wound on 3s. 2 wounds at Ren 1. But he'll still get +1 to a save, because he's near the banner and his own banner, or the icons. And what is their save normally?
4 up base, so 3 ups.
Ooh, wow, 3 ups. 2 of them, 2 3-ups. Oh, 4 damage and dies.
Yeah, he did.
So we get 1 of them, and then the other Beast of Nurgle, all the attacks allocated into the Hearthguard on 3s. Ooh, couple misses. They take a level of infection, and 1 wound. So the Hearthguard have a 4-up. It's 2 damage, and then they have a 4-up ward because there's still heroes nearby. 1 damage, okay. D6 attacks from their maw. 3s to hit. 3 more levels of infection, and we hit on 3s. And then 3 wounds. So we get their disease up to 5. And then they have 3 saves at no rend, so 4 ups. 2 damage, and maybe they have
1 damage apiece?
1 damage apiece, yep.
Okay.
So 4 boards. Ideal.
Good.
Oh, no damage. Hearthguard Berserkers are going to pile in, and they are going to attempt to save life. Just keeping them coherent at the end there, keeping them all within 1 inch of 2 other models. And here come, boom, boom. And then they're all generally closer to these guys, or the same distance to them, so you can just ignore Horticulus as desired. Are you going to try and take that whole unit, or are we split? How are we doing these attacks?
So I don't think all of them are going to have the 2 inches of this back unit here. So I think these guys. So I think it's going to be these 5 are going to go into them, and the other 4 are going to go into these guys.
Sounds good to me. I have no command points available to me, so I'm just hoping for good dice here to survive. Spend 1 on all-out attacks, so they hit on 2s.
Rerolling 1s as well.
Yes. The Berserkers are in a key. These Berserkers are dictating the game 100%. Just to wound. All right. That was into that squad of Beasts of Nurgle there that are trying to assassinate the character. These are 6-up saves because of Rend 1. 12 going through. Okay, well, we stop a few of them. And then it's this times 2, so it's 5, 10 more, eh? Let's see, for the resilience, stops a handful of them. You're still going to kill 1 of them, but not both of them. So it's going to kill 5, 8 kills the 1, and then 1's going to have 6 wounds left. Yep. And then I will use that to kill, I guess you'll die off. And then you are going to have 6 wounds left. We had the other 4 into them.
12 attacks because the Carl was in the other one.
Yeah. 2s. We're rolling any 1s.
3s to wound.
3s to wound. These are 6-ups, which I'll ignore 1, and then it's 7, 14 damage. 5 aboard. So we make 4, 5 of them, which kills 1 of them, and 1 will have 7 wounds left. Poor Beast of Nurgle. Is that how I want to do it? Yeah, I guess so. All right. Well, that's them gone. I get to go ahead now. I'll go with this Beast of Nurgle and see if we can't do magic with him. Let's go pile them in, just get within an inch of both of them. We're going to put his maw into the Rune Sun, and then the claws into the Battlesmith there. And then you will get +1 to hit for being wholly within 14 of Horticulus. All right, these are the claw attacks on 3s. Okay, not bad. Help for 2 of them. And 3s. With a rend of 1. Yeah, there's no mortal. Oh, wait, yeah, sorry, that does a mortal wound in addition to his normal damage. I may have forgotten that for the other ones, but we overkilled him anyways, because he has that 14-inch aura of Nurgle. So that's 1 mortal wound on him, plus 3 saves at rend 1.
+1 because he still has his banner up and he's a friendly to himself.
Yeah.
So these are going to be looking for 4-ups.
4 pluses still. So he's going to take 2 damage plus the mortal wound.
So he's still alive.
He's still alive. And then we have that's unfortunate for me, D6 attacks into the Rune Sun, which will be 3 on 3s. He takes a hit and a wound, but he's got a regular save against it.
That's good.
He's good, absolutely. All right. That's it for those attacks. We have these. We have all this to fight with still, or this Magmadroth. Yeah, we'll go ahead and resolve the Magmadroth. All right, Magmadroth. What are we attacking with first?
We're going to go with the horns and claws, so 7 attacks because they still have the +1 to attack.
Yeah.
Roll the 1s. That's going to be 4.
And 3s. And it'll be no save at all, so that's
2.
That's 4 damage. The 2 mouth attacks. 4s, 1 hit. Okay.
1 hit.
So the 1 was the reroll.
It was the reroll of the 1, I'm sorry, and then this became the wound
roll.
for that extra one.
So it's D3 damage.
So yes, going to be D3 damage.
So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to roll that up, because that alone will probably kill him. There's 1 more here to roll.
Ooh.
Oh, he's got 1 wound. He's got 1 wound left. Can you get him with the axe?
All right, so we're going to do the latch axe here.
Ooh,
Rerolling
reroll.
1s.
Okay.
2 hits.
Uh-oh.
Looking for 3s to wound.
Oh, he got
2
both.
wounds,
He got both.
AP nothing.
Double 6. No.
And then it's 2 damage apiece.
4 damage. I need to make all of these. No, he's dead.
Okay.
Squish.
Whew. You good to go?
I will go over here. I'm going to do the Sloppity Biopiper, I guess. Sure. I have no command points, so here we go. Hitting on 3s. We got these hit. Wounding on 3s. 1 mortal wound. Actually, I think he hits on 4s. Correction, he hits on 4s. I only had a 5 to hit there, so it wounds. Rend 1. They get +1 to their save, so back to 4 up. Yep.
No.
Ooh, 2 damage. And then ward save. I deal. Ooh, 2 damage. It does kill one and wounds another. Very cool, very cool. And then your pick. Boom. Hearthguard Berserker's going in and attacking. Are they putting it all into the character?
I think so.
Ooh. We got the Carl still alive.
Yep. 10 attacks coming in here, hitting on
trees.
Hitting on 3s.
Rolling any 1s? Not a. Oh, there's a 1.
1/1.
Hey.
Nope.
Okay, sure.
Not meant to be.
And 3s. With a rend of 1. That's 5. He's the proud owner of a 5-up save. So we're gonna go 6 ups. We take 8 damage though. But we are Nurgle. We are Nurgle. We could survive this. Not looking good. Not looking good. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he off with his head. He is dead as dead could be.
Explodes.
Blink. All right. Well, he has ceased to make music. We are gonna go ahead and pile in with these guys here. Might as well. And we will. Well, they're all already engaged, so might as well have a good time with it. Go there. Boom. Keep it coherent. Okay, we piled in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys attacking. 8 attacks because of the plague ridden. 4s. Oh, where's my more wounds? Oh, the 3s. 3s to wound. Huh. 2 wounds. The 6 doesn't matter anymore. So you will have
Looking for +1 to the save, so looking for
4 up.
4 ups.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then just the 1 damage and a ward. Oh, he's dead.
Takes it.
We got a guy. There's only 2 left. Bloop. Okay. Okay. That's it, eh? We're done? Oh, you have a character.
Yeah, I've got characters.
What are we going with first?
We're going to start with the Battlesmith. So he's got a base 3 attacks with his Ancestral Battle Axe. And he's going to get +1 attack still because of the rune that's active. So he's going to have 4 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s.
He does have the Hermdar artifact,
Tyrant
but
Slayer.
it only works against heroes.
Yeah, so-
Which this Beast of Nurgle is not.
I'm pretty sure he's about as far away from a hero as you can possibly get.
Yeah, I got to agree with that.
So he's going to have the 4 attacks here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Okay. Are we rolling 1s?
Oh,
That's
yes.
Still going on.
The rune is still active.
Nope. Okay. Not
So
meant to be. And then these are going to be wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound at AP, rend 1.
6 up. Fail.
2 damage.
2 damage. Whoa, we take both. Oh, 2 damage each. Oh, there's only 1 that went through.
Yeah.
So 4 wounds left. All right. And then we have, you might as well keep going, because that's it. We have the Rune Son who can fight now.
Yeah.
Attacking with his Ancestral War Axe, epic weapon.
He had a very small ancestor is what it comes down to. So he's going to have 4 attacks because of the +1 to attack. These are going to be hitting on 3s.
Really, any 1s?
Really ones?
No 1s though.
And wounding on 4s. 1. 8, rend nothing, but D3 damage.
Oh, D3 damage, and I fail my save. And that's going to be 2. Ward save. Take 1. He's got 3 wounds left. All right. Okay. All right, well, that is it for combat. So in the combat phase, everyone's diseases tick up a level. That is near something. 2, 2, 2. They go up to 6. These guys go up to 3. And then that should be it. We're going to go into Battle Shock now. Start of the Battle Shock phase. I'll roll for these diseases, but they're only on 4 ups now because that cycle's gone. We'll start with those Hearthguard. Oh, can I kill these guys off? No, they can't possibly die, so it doesn't matter. So them. Ooh, 2 mortal wounds on those Hearthguard. They do have a 4 board still. I deal 1 damage, and then that will go down to 1. Oop, I'll just take it out, mark it over here or something, because they're getting surrounded. And then we'll go with the Battlesmith, 2 of them on 4s. I believe he dies.
Takes 1. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I was looking at the wrong one.
So he dies. Something about their banners dying where they are. I think you have to declare something. We'll figure that out in a second. 2 infections on the Rune Sun. He takes 1 mortal wound. He's got 2 wounds left. And then the 6 on the Berserkers, who still have their ward save. Boo! Boo! It's going to be 3 mortal wounds and 4 board. I do 2. That's not bad. I'll take a life and wound another, and then they just get ticked down to 1 as well with their infection levels. Those Volkite Berserkers over there, they lose that wounded guy, and then 2 on this Magmadroth, but they have a 5 aboard. Or the Magmadroth has the 5 aboard, or the Rider technically, but it works something out. Down to 12. Oh my goodness. All of that with all those Nurglings just to do 2 damage. Where's 12? Why does it evade me so? There it is. Down to 1. And then we have a rule for the icons.
Yes, so for the Battlesmith, when it's slain, I can declare units that are wholly within 12 inches. If they declare that they are going to defend the icon, Essentially, it's what is it called there?
None shall defile the icon.
none shall defile the icon. Essentially, they can no longer move or charge, but they get to re-roll hit and wound rolls for the rest of the game. So the only unit that's going to take advantage of that is going to be these guys who are already pretty much surrounded anyway. So they're going to stay in there.
Works for me. All right.
Yeah.
So they're gonna re-roll all hit and wound rolls. Everything else will be free to move.
Yep.
And for scoring, I do not get my battle tactic, unfortunately.
Yep.
And I do have 2 objectives though for 2 points. All right, this is where we're at. Bottom of turn 3, 2 command points for the Fyreslayers. Unfortunately, my general's dead. All right, Mr. Phil.
Yes. So at the start of my hero phase now, I'm going to choose a new rune, which I'm sad to see the last one go. It did a lot of work for me, let's be honest.
You guys just had the 6, eh?
Just had it. Well, because the way it worked out, I had it for like 3 turns, which is great.
Yeah, it was brutal.
It worked really well. But I'm going to choose the rune of Searing Heat, which essentially allows me on a wound roll of a 6, the damage is increased by 1 for all of my weapons. But if I roll a 6, I will then be able to do on a 2+, all enemy units within 3 inches of any of my units will suffer a mortal wound.
Right.
So,
all right, can we get the Phil face again? For
let's
the third
see it
rune
for
in a
the
row.
third time. Phil face? No, not this time. So
Okay.
just the 6 is doing extra damage.
All right.
And then for my battle tactic, I'm going to choose monstrous takeover. So essentially, I just need to hold an objective at the end of this turn, which is going to be either of those guys should be good to go for it. Get me a 2 points for just holding that objective and it not being contested by another monster.
I miss my monster.
Yeah, I don't. If it makes you feel better, I don't. So, and then what was the last? Oh, and the last one is I'm gonna try to heal him with the heroic
Recovery.
So,
Rune Sun.
Here we go. Oh no, I need to do his leadership.
And then we
Ooh,
8.
Ooh, let me find out.
Wow, the Rune Sun sucks. He's bravery 7. He does not heal.
These guys have
whatsoever.
a higher bravery than he does. I'm just saying.
What is he?
I'm just saying.
Is he like a 12-year-old dwarf
I
running
think
around?
so. Yeah. I think like he's literally the son of somebody, like maybe like a rich dwarf. He's like the son of a rich dwarf that they like paid his way into the army, and they're like, fine, like we're gonna call you a rune son or whatever. It sounds
I want to be on the starting line.
Yeah.
I want to be in the vanguard.
Yeah, it's like,
no.
all right, fine. Like, do whatever you're gonna do. Here's this tiny axe. Have fun running around with it. See if you can cut cheese or something with it. I don't know what to tell you.
What does he do?
No,
What he is he's a cheap option to fill out a warlord.
that's
though.
true. And he's a character giving these guys their 4-up ward. So
Exactly. He
he'll
is
do
still
that.
doing all that at the
Yes.
end. Huh. Okay, well, he's going to fail the recovery. I'm going to try leadership because on Horticulus, he's my last hero. 2 up. We got it. Anyone curious? This will be the monster for Monstrous Takeover. That's Rune Smiter on Magma Droth. Gonna go with the Heal Prayer, which is a core enhancement prayer.
Yep.
I believe it's a 3-up.
Yep. Good
D3 boons. He is gonna heal 1.
Sure.
All right.
Whatever.
13. Bam.
I'll take it.
Where you at? Hello? There it is. All right, it's movement time.
So we're gonna go with these guys over here. They're just gonna move 4 up here, staying outside of 3 because I totally remembered.
Respect
that.
my zone of control.
Respecting your zone of control over there.
All right, they're moving there on that side of the pillar. This Rune Sun will retreat, getting out of there. I get that. He doesn't want more infectious disease. That's cool. Staying alive. Uh-oh.
And this guy
Oh, no. The father!
is gonna stay outside of 3 there. Yeah, he's like, what have you done to my son?
Oh, yeah? Well, he's going to redeploy that Beast of Nurgle.
Go for it.
He's going to go 4 inches. That's my heroic leadership from the Horticulus. Now, he has a totem. He has an 18-inch range on his command abilities. He's going to slink away back there. It might help, might not. Who knows? And this Magma Droth is going to just move. Now, it does have the capability of going through the magmic wall there because it don't care about hot.
Yeah, it says anything with Magma Droth or Fly can go over it. So Magma Droth,
okay.
Yeah, Magma Droth don't care. It's like
Droth don't care.
It's like a honey badger.
And they move quite fast, too.
Yeah, 12 inches, and then they're still within 6, so that's good.
All right, we got throwing axes. These 2 on 6s because it's Nurgling. Plague Bears are -1 hit with range attacks. No hits.
Nope.
And then we have
I think it's 3.
8 Hearthguard Berserkers into the Beast of Nurgle.
Yep.
Boom. After we resolve all these shooting attacks, I have to put up some infectious disease markers.
Gotcha.
But that is okay. 5 to wound. That hurts
1.
1. All right. And that is a... Oh, that's damage.
All right.
It's stuck somewhere important. Gross. We have those Volkite Berserkers. They actually throw... Oh, they throw their shields when they charge. So
Yeah.
they have hand axes otherwise, or throwing axes.
9 here.
5s. Boom.
Okay, this is going to be the 2. Getting 1.
One wound. Bam. Oh, we're good.
Okay.
There should be one less dead Volkite Berserker.
Sorry.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. Boop.
Oh, no.
It'd be the, whoever's got the wound on him, yeah, boom. And then the infection stays. We just forgot to move it earlier.
Yeah.
And that is, I make my save on that. We have a couple of magma dross to fire now. We're gonna try and bathe the Beast of Nurgle in fiery breath, magmic breath.
So I need a 1 for this to work.
Hooah.
No.
And then the other one into that Beast of Nurgle.
Well, first we'll do is throwing axe.
Oh, the axe, yeah. Never forget.
No.
Okay.
And then he's going to do his fire thingy into him. Hey!
Oh, that's
something I need to look up.
that's D3 mortal wounds at this range.
Oh, is that D?
Yeah, it's a little side
He's
of
out of
6.
6. Sorry, so it's D3.
Please don't kill me. No.
2.
Resilience. There you go. 1.
Oh,
You got an axe.
man. I do have this axe.
Axe.
Here we go. Let's do it. Will a throwing axe finally be worth anything?
I'm more axes.
No, he won't.
Bless. I'm going to throw up everyone's infection level. The Rune Sun's fine because he retreated.
Yep.
And that's it, actually. Just those 2 units. Just those Berserkers and those Berserkers. Charging time.
So the first one's going to be him into him. So I need a 6-inch charge to get in.
Yes.
Because it's like 6.5 inches away, right? So that's.
Because you would have to be outside of 3, and I moved 4 away.
Oh.
So it should
did
be.
you maybe? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I didn't measure properly,
Well,
but
that's
it should
fine.
be a
So
7.
we'll say
yeah.
it's 7. So a
Yeah.
7-inch charge.
Might not matter. I hope it does. 8.
Oh, he's
8.
in.
You monster. Blech.
Boof.
Hello and welcome. Volkite are going to charge.
Yep. So.
Charging 2d6, they get to go up to 5. But probably 6 because they got a musician.
Yep.
Charging. They're trying to net some distance, essentially. Because if that Beast of Nurgle dies, they can pile in 3 inches towards that objective. Or towards like that general direction. And he's going to stay there because you want to get the point. And then the Beast of Nurgle are part of the Hunters of the Heartland, so they can't be stepped on. So we're right on to fighting. Those Hearthguard Berserkers are going to go first. And they're going to go beat up a Beast of Nurgle. We're going to split the attacks. 5 going into the Beast of Nurgle, 3 going into the Plague Bearers.
So 11 attacks into the Beast of Nurgle over here because of the Carl. These are going. I'm going to spend 1 CP on all-out attack on them.
Oh, very good. So you're down to 1?
Yeah. So hitting on 2s.
Rerolling 1s. No, not anymore.
Yeah. No,
Get out of here, 1s.
Unfortunately.
Get out of here.
Oh, that's 2. That would have been nice.
No.
Wounded on 3s.
6 of save. I stop.
Oh.
None. So that's this time's 2.
Oh, wait.
Right.
The 2 6s is going to increase the damage.
Well, I failed all of them.
You failed all of them. So that's going to be
So I'll do
12, 13, 14 damage.
14? Okay, I'll do 7 twice. Heck yeah. So I'm dead.
Okay.
He is out of here. And the other
The 3 guys into your Plague Bearers.
6 attacks into the Plague Bearers.
On 2s. No rerolls.
Oh, get out of
Getting 2
here.
extra hits. So 3s to wound.
Bloop.
That's going to be 4 wounds, but no extra damage there.
So that's 8 damage because they don't have a 6 up save.
Rend 1. Yep. So it's 8 damage.
And ward. I take 4. So I lose 2 Plague Bearers. Blah. It's my pick. I'm going to go with this Beast of Nurgle and see if he can do anything, even though he's got the Amulet of Destiny. We are in... Oh, can you check if I'm within 14 of Horticulus? I am within range of Horticulus, so 3s to hit with his Nasty Claws. Hey, you know what? It got me a hit. Blam! 1 wound. Rend 1. No Battlesmiths to save you now. Oh,
Take that.
D6 horrible mouth attacks. There's going to be 3 of them. And I hit all 3 times, and I wound on 3s. 3 wounds, no rend. No infections, though. Ooh, I do damage.
Ooh, I think 2.
Oh, 2 maybe. Got the Amulet of Destiny, that is 2 fails, so 2 5 boards.
That's just 1 damage of each.
Yeah, there's 1 damage. It's more of a lick than anything. Hey, double 1s. Love to see it. Take your damage and go back to that hole.
And I will cry about it.
Yeah, no infection, though, unfortunately.
Yes.
So that's okay. He's down to 11. He has 14. He's down to 12 wounds remaining. Da-da-da. Okay. Neato burrito. And, well, that's my pick. These 2 Hearthguard Berserkers are going to go, and they are protecting the icon, so they reroll hit rolls and wound rolls. Hitting on trees. Well, one's the Carl. Yeah, one's the Carl. That's why there's 5
Yes.
And they all hit.
There you go.
And trees. Rerolling if you need to. Oh, you'll need to.
Oh, I do.
Get out of here. Okay,
Oh, I'll take that.
So that is no save at all. 8 damage because them's axe. Was any of those 6s? I'll check. It was a 6. So 1 more damage. Oop, drop the die. Ward save. I will save 1. Oof, there we go. 1 dead, 2 dead, 3 dead, 4. Well, well, well. 2, 4. The 2 wounds is nice, that's for sure. But damn, Damn those berserkers. All right, we're gonna go with our plague bears next because I think that's all I got. All right, let's get them, plague bears. We got 3, 4 attacking those Hearthguard berserkers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacking those 2. I'll do the 6 first. They have a plague ridden, so 4s. Level of infection. And then I will wound on 3s, 2 wounds. Go up to 3 levels of infection and 2 5-up saves.
Yep.
Which you make. Ooh, neither. Battlesmith's dead. And then
Made a difference.
ward saves.
So
4
within a character there, so.
Yeah. Which does
Oh,
no damage.
good.
You're good. You're good. And then I have the 4 attack into the other berserkers. They get 2 levels of infection and 3 more wounds. I have 5 up. 5 pluses. And ooh, they make 1 or fail 1, and then a ward. Which,
Good with the fell face.
Oh, the fell face. That's it. The plague bears are done. They've attacked. They've attacked. You have your rune father.
And I also have these guys.
Oh yeah, they get to pile in.
Yeah.
6 attacks with the claws and horns on 4s. And then 3s to wound. 6s are good. We have 2 wounds with the rend of 1. I will fail 1, make 1. That's 2 damage. Is he dead? Oh, he's still alive. Right. Got the 1 mouth attack.
Yes, the 1 mouth attack.
4. Okay, that misses.
That does attacks with the Latchkey Grand Axe. These are hitting on 3s.
Ooh, there you go.
These are wounding on 3s. Getting 1. It's going to be 8. Rend 1 though.
Huh!
Ooh, 3 damage.
3 damage. Huh! Oh, not even close. He's out of here. Goodbye, beast. Their playtime is over. No lashing tails, because not within 3 of anything. And then we have the Volkite Berserkers who are able to pile in, generally towards the nearest unit. As long as they go at an angle, they can go towards the objective as long as they're getting closer to Horticulus or the Plague Bearers. I'm needed about 1 more inch on the charge.
Yeah.
Well,
But there is within 2, which I think cancels you at least.
This
right?
in this that's not true for Age of Sigmar. I always remain in control of it until you take control of it.
Until I take it. Oh, okay.
A little different here. Gotcha. Yeah. So luckily for me there, I get to keep that, which might matter. It depends on how well these it's not looking good for Nurgle, but we always have the ringer coming up. It depends on how the priority goes in these next couple turns. Now at the end of the combat phase, we spread infection further. These Hearthguard Berserkers, I got them over here. They're going to go up to 4. Those ones are going to go up to 5, and that should be it. As we go into the Battle Shock phase. So we're going to roll for those Hearthguard Berserkers. They're going to suffer mortal wounds on a 4+. That was the Beast of Nurgle. They're going to take 2 mortal wounds on them inside. 4+ ward save though. And they are going to take both. 1. The Carl has 1 wound left, whomever that is. And the infection ticks down to 1. Going to roll for the Magma reroll. It's a mortal wound on the Magmadroth. 5 aboard. You are taking a mortal wound down to 12. Rune Sun on a 4+. Oh, he's good. And then the Hearthguard Berserkers over there have 5 levels of infection on them. So 4+ is on them. That's 4 mortal wounds. Could be scary. They have a 4 aboard though. And it's going to kill 1. Oh, it kills 2 off. All right. All right, the infection getting there. So 2 die.
Goes up to
1 there. And then the infection down to 1. And then the Volkite Berserkers do not take mortal wound. And for actual Battle Shock, I don't think you lost...
They lost 2.
Only lost 2? On a 6 they could run. Unless they're 8.
No,
Well, they're 8. You're right. You're right. Okay. Yeah, they are Bravery 8. So, they're good to go. Me, on the other hand, I did lose 6 of my Plague Bearers. I can't fail, but if I roll a 1, I get a Plague Bearer back. I got a 2, though. Okay. I lost 6. Math says I lose them on 5s and 6s. You're right.
You were good.
You're right. That should be it. Probably forgetting. You know what, guys? If I forgot something about Nurgle stuff, I apologize. There's a lot going on here. And that is scoring. You get the battle tactic.
Yep.
Monsters take over for 2 points. And you hold 2 objectives, which is still the same as my 2 for now. So that's 4 points for the Fyreslayers. As we go to the 4th battle round, the Vice objectives collapse in the middle right beside the Rune Father, with a pretty powerful presence with the Hearthguard Berserkers right beside it. Now, we also have the priority roll-off. And my cycle goes up 1 as well. Corrupted Regrowth goes to Unnatural Vitality. Nurgle heroes have a ward save of 4 up. I win ties. Huh, I got a 6. Hey, it's me. Bloop.
Nope.
Boom. If I want to have an influence in this game still, I must go next. Because I could summon a Great Unclean One, and maybe he could help carry me to, not carry me to victory, but carry me through to a more solid position on the 4th and 5th turns here. Depends if he makes a charge or not. That's honestly all that matters. Looking at the board, unfortunately, I think I have to throw in the towel. I'm trying to figure out a spot where I could summon the Great Unclean One, and then I realized that these rocks here are going to block him heavily on charging, so he'll have no impact on this side. Because you have to summon Holy within 7 now, so I could put him right there, but he won't be able to legally charge. So I have to put him over here, and that's actually an illegal charge, because he'd have to move fully out and around the rocks. So he'd take 4 inches just to get there, and then that's not going to make it in, that 8 there. That alone from there is about a 9. So can't legally charge around this way, unfortunately. And then that's on me for putting him there with the rocks. I should have put it more, I could have easily put it over here. I probably should have put it over here. Actually, no, it didn't fit, that's right, because it can't be within 3 of the rocks there and 2 at the edge of the board. So that was like the furthest up it could go over here. And then the big thing is, if I could retreat the Plague Bearers, I would, because then I could retreat them, summon the Great Unclean One like there, and then he charges in. If he might fail his charge. Problem is, they only move 4 inches, and you cannot retreat if you can't get every model outside of 3 of the enemy. This guy alone, falling back, will get to there, which will be within 3 of both units still. So that is the unfortunate truth about that. So on my turn, I would get my battle tactic and no primary points, because there's no way I can wrestle control that, because it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 models to my...
14.
14, yeah, to my, like, maybe 7 if I'm lucky. So unfortunately, that will not come to fruition. I will throw in the towel there, Phil. Good game, my man.
Very good game. That was a lot of fun.
That was a damn good game.
That was a damn good game. Man, I was sweating it so many times when I saw, especially when I shot all those magma pikes into it and did no damage. I was like, well, this is going to be a long game. Let's see how this goes.
Exactly. I know. I felt the same way, too.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, whatever, let's be aggressive. This was a testing game for both of us, because this is your first try at the Fyreslayers.
Yes. It's also my second AOS game, so
ever. So if Phil got anything wrong or missed anything, it's a second game.
Please forgive me. And Luca was very gracious in helping a noob along here.
And this is my second Maggotkin game, so we're both a lot of the
rules
rules are the same.
Noobs, some more than other, but both noobs.
This is probably like my first game with demons. I've never played demons before, but I figured I'd give them a shot on the channel. Anyways, Phil and I are going to tidy up a little bit, jump into a post game, and I guess we'll see you guys in a second.
And just wanted to remind you before you watch the post-game show that right now in the vault there is a Age of Sigmar battle report between me, Phil the Glacial Geek, and my Stormcast Eternals as they take on Josh and his Kharadron Overlords. Just click the link below in the description. It'll take you right there for all the members. And if you aren't a member, you can click that link below and it will take you for a 7-day free trial where you can watch that battle report and many other Age of Sigmar battle reports and all the other videos that we have in the vault for 7 days free trial. And if you don't like it, you can cancel it before those 7 days, but pretty sure you're going to want to watch the rest of it. Anyway, enjoy the post-game show.
All right, Phil, so what did you think of the Fyreslayers' first game?
They were a ton of fun. I really enjoyed them. I think that their playstyle very much fits me, which is, run at things, stick around, and just keep punching them in the face.
They're very Dark Angel-y.
Very Deathwing-y. Yeah, very Deathwing-y.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that. Also, I appreciate the fact that they've got long red beards. So I really can't complain with the fact about those.
Literally every single one of them.
Every single one of them looks just like me, and I'll take that.
What's your...
Vain? Maybe. But also, very cool.
I'm going to say one word, and I want you to tell me what your immediate gut instinct response is.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Rune Sun.
Oh my God, worthless! I guess I say worthless, but somehow he is like one of the few models on the board still alive. That he's just gonna run away and just like cry in a corner for a bit until the Rune Mother comes along and like puts a Band-Aid on his knee and like sends him back out there. It was pretty worthless. So
he is an important part of the list, all things, because of just he fills a role.
Yes, he fills a role. He definitely fills a role. I was not saying that he doesn't belong there. He fills the role, but that role is not great.
Hey, he counts as 2 models on an objective.
That's true.
That's great.
That is true.
Hell
He's
yeah.
also a character that gives these guys their 4-up ward save. So that also became very key.
In a book full of heroes, it's kind of hard to look at him
and say, what are you doing? Like even like the battlesmiths, where they're just like they're walking around.
They have great weapons.
At least they also give the +1 to the saves and stuff like that. Oh,
they're still 4 D3 damage attacks. They're as good as the vampire is in combat.
Yeah,
that's respectable.
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah. So, although no, I think he does have the ancestral axe. Technically, that little cheese grater that he has is apparently like the cheese slicer that he has does technically count as an ancestral great axe. So, it is what it is. But also the model is very underwhelming. Very underwhelming.
I can't tell if he's just got 2 throwing axes or if that's the ancestral war axe and that's a throwing axe.
Yeah, I think it's like one or the other. But like, I mean, even just compare him just like the regular guy here. Like the regular guy looks way more way more brutal. I like him.
Yeah, well, this is a veteran Fyreslayer.
That's true. He's no son.
Yeah. This is someone's daddy.
Yeah, it's someone's daddy. Yeah, he makes the Rune son call him daddy.
Absolutely. This is this guy for sure. All right, Rune son, I'll give you a break. It's hard to compare to that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And in the game, it was funny because I thought when I got the list together, I was like, well, Magma Droths look really rad, and I expect these guys to do like the lion's share of the work because they look super cool. And then because of the mission, I had to hold them back, and they're like, boop, 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 boop. Most of the time, I think he got like one round of combat into like an already wounded beast.
He had one wound.
Already wounded beast. He just spent most of the game like slapping Nurglings left and right.
I know, right? So the heavy lifting goes to the Hermdar Hearthguard Berserker.
Oh man, these guys, veterans, like MVPs by far. They're the reason they won. I mean, I made that YOLO charge that we were talking about into your giant, into your greater unclean one, and I was like, if this doesn't work, I'm done. If it does work, let's see what happens. And sure enough, that's why I was glad I made the decision to roll with the first one, see how much they did before I decided on splitting attacks, and it worked. So
absolutely,
I'll take that.
Did.
Yeah,
I did make a couple of. This was more of a trial and error game for me because I was curious how much punishment that Great Unclean One could take.
Yeah.
Now I didn't put Mystic Shield on him because in my head I'm thinking this guy's so durable. There's no way he's going to get charged. But you rolled the 6 on the rune.
Yes,
I'm like,
made a big difference. That plus one attack made a huge difference.
Oh yeah, that scared me.
Yeah, that was key. And the fact I was pretty proud because everyone keeps talking about like got to be ready for the double turn. Got to be ready for the double turn. And the fact that the one round that I had the choice of who goes first, that I like gave you the double turn.
Yep.
That made a difference because that meant that I had that extra rune for 3 player turns in a row, which is because it's one of the best ones. It's
so good.
Especially if you get that 6.
Oh yeah.
You get that 6, you want that for as long as possible, and for three player turns of them being 3 attacks in there was key.
It's that one I like, and the Ren one.
Yes, the Ren one. I never got to that one. Yeah,
but the one you cracked is the best. My favorite one. Yeah. Especially with all-out attack now, they hit on 2 rolling ones. It's like way too good to pass up.
It's really good. Yeah. Especially with they're already having 2 attacks each, and then go into 3 attacks. Oof, man, really, really good.
So this was like so if anyone's disappointed with how I played the Great Unclean One, this is more of a test to see what he could take. Now, there was all-out defense on him I could have done to give him +1 to a save. I could have cast Mystic Shield on him. I chose not to because in my head, I figured, whatever, he's going to take like 12 damage, and he's going to heal 2d3 on my turn, d3 on your turn. He's going to get right back up there.
I mean, turn 1, he just took all of those magma pikes to the face and just laughed. And he was like totally fine. He was like, whatever, if that's all you're going to do. So I can understand feeling a little overconfident with him after seeing that happen and just seeing my face just go.
and then for me, I know to respect the Hermdar Hearthguard. 100% I know to respect them. They're very powerful. They hit like trucks. But I'm thinking, okay, Ren 1, I have a 3-up save. I'll go to a 4-up. And then I didn't consider the 6 to be cracked on the rune. And then I'm like, I probably should have put Mystic Shield on. And I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about Finest Hour because I think, what did I choose to do? I think I just did leadership. I did do leadership because I redeployed. I redeployed the character hiding away. Which didn't work because you rolled a 10 on your charge anyways. We can't stop an angry dwarf.
Yeah, exactly. If they want to be in, they're going to be in.
Exactly. Exactly. So I couldn't prevent that, and then I got a little too overzealous. So that's on me. Now I know that, and I'm also glad to see that the Hearthguard and the Fyreslayers still show up, and they just lay it down, dude.
This
is our dwarven mind.
Yes, yeah, they were coming. They wanted it. So
absolutely.
And you set up the battlefield, so you were asking for trouble when you made it 100%. Into a dwarven mind.
I was asking for trouble right off the rip on this one here. I do want to say this is like a demon summoning list with Horticulus and the Legion. They get 2 trees off the rip, and then he summons the 3rd one right away, and that gives you 3 corruption points a turn, or 6 on 1 turn if you get the right cycle order going up. That you might not get that every game because you can't control that anymore.
And then these guys over here, with the magma pipe guys, just like with the unexpected savior move there, being able to go over here, cancel out the corruption point from this, and also cancel out the extra corruption point for having nobody in your territory.
Yes.
that left you with the 29 last turn. Ooh.
I could have summoned 2 units of 10. I could have summoned 1 unit of 10 of Plague Bears on one turn, then a unit of 10 another turn, which probably would have made some sense because I could have at least had a threat this turn. Yeah. But I got a little too greedy and I wanted the Great Unclean One.
I get it. I mean, you were so close.
I was very close.
Because you would have had it last turn if it hadn't been for those guys deploying that way.
Yeah, and then it was just I liked this host a lot, mostly because I never had to remember a rule for my Legion. It was simply you get 1 extra tree.
Boom.
Done. Remembered the rule right at the beginning.
You already had like 1,000 things you had to remember anyway, so taking 1 off the table works.
I was all for it. Let me tell you, I was all for it. There was a lot to remember these the Maggotkin here. My first time really kind of messing around with the demons. I like they do a little bit less damage than the humans. But they have it's not true because they could do the mortal wounds with the Piper. You need the 2 characters as 4 characters, or else these guys do nothing. Yeah. The Great Unclean One's good to have.
My guys got in just a little too fast for them to handle.
I couldn't. Not much I could do with a 10's a 10's a 10, right? Yeah. It is what it is there. But I don't mind how they play. Now, I am a extremely inexperienced Daemon of Nurgle player. I only play the Mortals, which are like the Blight Kings and like all the Chaos Warriors and all that stuff. So if you do you guys think the big squads have reinforced like 1 big squad of them and then the units of dogs, or like 2 units of dogs instead, separating them, but then them running together, doing impact hits, getting the longer charge in together sometimes works out too. I don't know. The
Beasts did a lot more work than I expected.
I like the Beasts. They're a lot better. I like the Beasts of Nurgle
really
a lot.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the new Plague Bear a lot. I think the rules of the Plague Bear are a lot healthier for the game.
Yeah.
They still get a bunch of bonuses to their save, and Games Workshop recognized that and said, okay, we're going to cap them out at a base save of 6 up. They can no longer get anything better than a 5 up, but they can, in theory, ignore up to like 3 levels of rend if they want to, which is cool.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much always going to have a 5 up. And they'll have that 5 up board. They have 2 wounds each now. Their hitting power is pretty much the exact same as it was before. Yeah. And their staying power is
2 wounds
very
makes
nice.
a big difference.
2 wounds, and then you go up to 3 with Fleshy Abundance.
Yeah,
that's huge.
I mean that also helped. I mean, I guess technically maybe not in your benefit, but it did help direct my attacks because I was thinking about trying to put up the firewall to prevent the Greater Unclean One from moving, and then trying to just charge into the Plague Bearers and take them out with the 2 Hearthguard. But then when all of a sudden they had 3 wounds apiece, and I was like, I can't crack that. Like all of a sudden it's like I'm gonna have a hard time cracking those guys. So that's when I made the decision. I was like, I'm just going to try to charge them all in and see what we can do against the big boy.
Yeah, and it worked out really well. Yeah. I was glad to see I'm curious what the rolls would have been like had I declared all the defense. Yeah. Would he have lived? Would I have made just enough saves to keep him going? Because you did kind of grossly overkill him.
I did 14 with the first squad. And if the second, that's why I was waiting for the second squad. Yeah. Before I split any attacks off, I wanted to see what I had because I was willing to just put all of them back into him to make sure he was dead.
Exactly, yeah.
But then I split some off to kill your other wizard.
So I'm thinking mathematically alone, if I had saved 17% more of those saves, he still would have been killed. Yeah. Because you had grossly overkilled him with the second squad. Because I think he overkilled him by 8 to 10 wounds or something like that. Something crazy high. Yeah. But I would definitely like to try demons out again, but I think it would probably be a few more games with mortals first. Try some coalition stuff out. The coalition stuff just not as fun as the mortals guys. But we'll figure it out. Leave some feedback down below what you thought. You guys happy to see the Fyreslayers again? I'm happy to see they can still punch up. I like that. I like that a lot.
I liked it too.
Yeah. Well, because they were always really good before. Yeah. And I have not seen in this new edition because I knew they lost. Kind of what also threw me off is these guys used to be able to fight twice every turn. Yeah. So if you had 2 squads of them, you effectively had 3 fighting. Yeah. And I'm like, oh. So like they had a crazy amount of hitting power before. I'm like, okay, well they got toned down a little bit. You can't give them +1 to hit and fight twice and all this stuff. So how that worked out was nice. So you got to fight first with one and then +1 to hit with the other, which is still obviously very effective.
Still very good.
Yeah, still very effective. So glad to see that. Yeah. Magmadross, I do like this build a lot.
Still rad. Yeah.
The 5-up ward and then the 5-up ward on both of them with 14 wounds each effectively gives them around like 20 wounds before any healing. That's what the prayer's for. It makes these guys, you're right, they just stick around. Yeah. They just
I think that's like the main crux of this. I got very aggressive with it, especially the way that the mission was set with the vice bringing everything in the middle. I knew that if I could keep my objectives and just charge everything into the middle and just like try to hold, which I mean is the end, that's what happened. I grabbed the middle and kept you from being able to really get to there. I knew that's how I had to play them. But I think ideally the way this list really plays out is that you kind of move to a middle objective, hold the line and just stand there forever as you just like weather the storm.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much both of our lists would be really good at doing that. The only difference is you were aggressive and made the fight here.
just far. Yeah,
And then
I
there's the
stopped you
objective.
at 5 inches away from the objective, and I had everyone behind.
And that was it. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
It's a damn good game.
Yeah,
Damn
very good game. Very, very good game.
All right, folks, that's it for this one. Thank you again, Phil, for the game.
Yeah.
Leave some feedback down below what you thought, guys. If
Yes.
we missed any rules, point them out. We'll remember them, ideally, for next time.
Probably, maybe.
And I guess we'll see you next time for some more Age of Sigmar. As always, happy wargaming.